Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Do we have a special episode for you today? Welcome to the Football Stooges, our Week 10 and 11 summarization and prediction. As always, I'm your host, Lob City, and let's get this party started. We have a lot to cover, a lot of good games, a lot of bad games, a lot of weird games, and a lot of pain. A lot of pain. Speaking of pain, in comes a man fresh off a not defeated season, but no longer going to be undefeated season. The Phillies fan, Mastodon. And down goes the Yingling once again.
Drowning his sorrows.
A man who probably should be drowning his sorrows, but is a Bears fan, so he'd be drunk every single day. Mamba.
I mean, hey, we're tanking. We got the tank bowl going. Let's go. I got my water. All right.
Yeah, as always. As the comic shows, for those listening to the podcast or those watching, you'll be able to see a little bit better. We had one of our most diehard fans, Muzzy, make us a little comic of the three of us, the Football Stooges, that we've added up here. It's a good little comic. I highly recommend you check it out. It'll probably be somewhere in the YouTube feed, so you should be able to see it. But it's a great handiwork. Love to see some of the community for this come alive. You know, it's a very small community thus far, but there still are people that tend to listen or watch in, so we're happy to have it. As always, please ask any questions that you have. We're going to try to answer them. We actually have a question we're going to answer today that was from our recent YouTube video, so if you have any questions, please feel free to log on to the YouTube, ask it away with a certain question that you have, and we'll do our best to answer it. But without further ado, let's just get into this last week of football. Week number 10, starting out with a interesting game Thursday night that we kind of covered last week because we were so late doing it. We actually got to see it end, but it was the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons on Thursday night football, Carolina at home winning 25-15. Marcus Mariota for the Atlanta Falcons, 19 for 30 for 186. A 6.2 yard average, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception while taking 5 sacks. PJ Walker, XFL MVP, 10 for 16, 108 yards, 6.8 average, no touchdowns, no interceptions. From those stats alone, you think the Falcons would have won, even with the sacks, but where it came to the difference was Donta Foreman. 31 carries for 130 yards, a 4.2 average, and 1 touchdown with a long of 23. His 130 yards was only 8 yards shy of the Falcons' 138 total team rushing yards. So an amazing performance by him. And then far as receiving goes, not very impressive. Demir Boy, Drake London, Carol Hodge, and Olamide Zaccheaus.
Who? I've heard that name before.
Yeah, every week I cover the Falcons. Every week, they were all around 50 to 30 yards, and the top receiver was Terrence Marshall Jr. for the Panthers with only 43 yards. These are two struggling teams, and if you don't think they're struggling, you need to get some glasses because, good lord,
Falcons
struggling.
Falcons defense cannot stop the run game at all, and dude, Donta Foreman. If you picked him up for fantasy, you're enjoying him. You're milking everything out of him.
One of the bright spots in the Carolina setup, I guess, and if you haven't picked him up, pick him up because he's probably the workhorse, the pack mule.
It's very good flex.
Forget workhorse, he's a pack mule because they're not you're not getting anywhere with a pack mule fast, neither the Panthers. But not a good performance, some diamond in the rough showing from Donta Foreman, and I think I don't understand that the Falcons went out and got Desmond Ridder, who was this controversial quarterback for the simple fact that people didn't know if he was going to be NFL ready, if he was going to be, be able to translate his game, because he was okay in college. He played forever at Cincinnati. The guy looked 40, still does. So you think he would have a good grasp on at least the game of football, and obviously the speed is going to be very much so different, but you would want him to get some of his rookie troubles out of the way in a season where the Falcons aren't going to win anything, despite them being second in the division.
I mean, there is potential, unless if Tampa just absolutely sucks these next couple of games, Atlanta still has a chance to make it to the playoffs. So I guess I could see why Mariota's still in there.
But here's the thing: why just make it to the playoffs? If you if you tell me the Falcons are getting the playoffs and doing anything, and I mean anything besides losing, you are full of shit. I'm sorry, Atlanta, but your team looks like a hot smoking pile of garbage outside of the back house of an Arby's.
The goal for any football team is to win the Super Bowl. So I mean, if they can make it into the playoffs, they're gonna take the opportunity.
If you can't beat the Carolina Panthers on the road, you're not going to beat Kansas City in anywhere.
The Panthers, no, they didn't sweep the Panthers. That's right. Okay, here's one thing for this game to help. I don't know if I say the rain, but that's why PJ Walker didn't throw that much. There was like 5 interceptions that Carolina could have had. It was Falcons just played ugly, and
Passes
the division is not. Yeah, the division isn't. Oh, who wins the division? It's who stumbles to the first place in the division.
I don't know if Tampa Bay finishes with a 10-7 record. I don't think that's stumbling. I think double-digit wins on the season is not stumbling.
They should be 4-6.
They should be further ahead.
Well, they should be 4-6 if the Rams didn't choke.
Yeah.
It's the Rams. It's the fucking Rams, dude.
Did the Rams choke or did the
Rams choke
come through?
No. The Rams choked because they gave up 20 to 30 yards through a open midfield on zone that everybody knows that Tom Brady.
They were playing. Yeah, they were playing cover 2, and someone went across the middle. They can't play man against the Buccaneers. Not many teams can play man against the Buccaneers. Say what you will. Julio Jones, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. You want to play man? You got three corners that can guard all 3 of those guys. I know Julio's not as fast as he used to be. Mike Evans is still an elite wide receiver. I think he's honestly one of the best receivers Brady's ever been able to throw to. I think a lot of people undervalue Mike Evans. All right, you got Mike Evans, and then you also have Chris Godwin, who's as fast as hell. And you have all 3 of those guys, and you're going to play man.
I think he still has a lingering injury for Godwin.
I mean, but still.
No, I still say it was a choke because
it's like playing the Bengals in man. You want to guard Jamar Chase. You want to guard T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Hayden Hurst. You want to all man up on that? Like, someone's getting open. I don't care who you are. You do not have. I don't think any team has 4 deep at corner, right? 4 guys at corner that could all go against a wide receiver 1. I don't think there's a team like that.
But
I mean,
but it's going to be who stumbles into the first place in division.
I mean, most defenses don't even play man to man. They're always doing some sort of cover on the pass plays.
Well, they usually will play some man, but they'll also not. It's not just like straight man. There's still deep. Safeties.
That's what I meant.
There's still a spy or a pull down corner that actually looks like he's playing man, but then comes into the flat, or there's a lot of different looks that people are going to try to give. I mean, if you see like quarterbacks talk about they were in this coverage and they were trying to or announcers or quarterbacks talk about they're trying to show this coverage, those are teams trying to disguise a cover 2 as a cover 4, or maybe disguise a cover 4 as a man, or a cover 3 as a man. There's a lot of different strategies that defenses have, but man is still a large proponent of a lot of defenses. Especially because you can beat zones. There's areas in zones that are always going to be open.
Yeah.
I mean, you just need speed, basically, to beat a man.
Just why the Dolphins are doing what they're doing.
Yeah. I know.
One thing I kind of wonder for this game, what if it wasn't played on Thursday night? Because Thursday night football is always terrible for every team.
Has Thursday night football always been terrible?
No,
it's usually 90% of the time Thursday night.
Maybe for Kirk Cousins, but
I know we're all thinking of the Thursday night
I'm just
game.
saying, but just in general, it's been bad games. Like that wasn't a good game.
Eagles had a bad game against the Texans. We go back to week 8. Ravens and Buccaneers. That was a good game for both.
I mean, that was a close one.
That was decent.
Week 7 was a great game for the Cardinals. That was a phenomenal game for the Cardinals.
Well,
week 6.
I guess because I'm thinking. I'm thinking as a viewer experience also. It's like you got people that are on the
Week 5,
Broncos
Colts,
country.
Broncos.
That's right.
Broncos country.
Like the only time a Thursday Night Football could be decent was like maybe it could be week 1 because they're coming.
This one was
when the Tua injury.
was.
Yeah, besides the Tua injury, this was a game. This was a pretty good game for both teams. I feel like the Dolphins defense,
Browns
well.
Steelers.
That one was good.
That was
a good game. Chargers. That was a good game.
That was
actually
a
good
decent one.
That was a really good. That was a really good game. And then this was.
Super Bowl hangover and the Rams having a
Super Bowl hangover, yeah.
But still, like, I don't like Thursday Night Football games because that's where you get more of the injuries. You usually don't get good, like their best 100%.
Well, Bezos paid for it, so fuck him.
Yeah. And he's gonna buy the Commanders and move them to Arlington and rename them and recolor them and rebrand them and fucking remove that organization from the face of the planet.
We really need another team in Arlington because Bears are going to Arlington.
Oh well, that's Arlington.
He's saying
Illinois. Saying Arlington, Virginia.
I'm
still thinking, even though Tennessee is the Volunteers, I still think a NFL team named the Virginia Volunteers would be cool. But I mean, that could also pull from the Patriots. Because I think you probably want to do American Revolution Volunteers and not American Civil War Volunteers. Because the Civil War Volunteers were the South, and that's like... we're bringing a team from Virginia, and we're going from the Redskins to Confederates. Whoa! Whoa!
Just do Hogs. You basically got the fan base.
Yeah, no, Bezos can definitely not do that.
Okay. The Arlington Hogs. Yeah, that'd be good.
The Washington Post.
God damn it.
It's just a post route as the fucking...
It's just a post route lot.
Okay, before we go into this game, the crowd was on fire.
Germany. Man.
Was this in Seattle?
So
this was in Germany.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For our listeners that aren't getting the visual medium out there, 21-16, Tampa Bay beating Seattle Seahawks in Munich, Germany. And as Maston alluded to, the crowd was insane. And I think that's a good and a bad thing because there were apparently 3 million people wanting to buy tickets. And that means there's money involved. And when there's money involved, Roger Goodell starts getting ready to do something. So, I mean, I feel like this is going to be one of the aspects that are going to keep coming back to and talk about bringing an NFL franchise to Europe. And I'm thinking that they're going to go with London and Munich. And what are you going to do? Do you expand the league to more teams? Do you lessen the league?
How is traveling? Are you saying they're going to be in the NFL, like European teams?
That's there was some rumors about that. They're trying to say, yeah,
travel is going to be crazy, and you have to get visas.
Listen. The travel, you don't have to worry about that because the University of Hawaii is a college Division I program that plays in a lower level division in college Division I football, and they still will travel to Colorado, California, Washington, Oregon, and they'll go around.
Hawaii and mainland America. Hawaii and mainland America isn't that
maybe
far,
and it's a flight.
Yeah,
it's maybe a 2-hour flight.
Hold on, Mamba, do some research. How long is a flight from Hawaii to Michigan?
Colorado.
No, they went the University of Hawaii. I was at the game. They went to the University of Michigan for a night game. They played Michigan at night.
Yeah, but that's once every how many years? Like
8 hours. So that is basically a trip from New York to London.
So if kids that are doing Algebra 3 one moment and flying across the world another to play football in the big house, you don't think Tom Brady can, go one game a year, maybe 2 games a year across the pond?
Your West Coast teams are gonna have a long ass flight. That's for damn sure.
Right, but at the same time, that's why we have divisions that are usually more regionalized. So I think. And then, what if you just
make it a minor league?
That's what they did before, and it fucking sucked. It sucked. There was a European league, and it sucked. Kurt Warner played in it. It was awful. It didn't last that long. There wasn't enough draw for it. So
I got the XFL coming.
Yeah, I'm just worried that this is gonna they're gonna try to add an NFL team, and obviously they're gonna go to Europe instead of going to Alabama because Birmingham's been a hot spot for football for XFL and everything.
But But the thing is, though, they're not going to do it with NFL for Alabama because you know that Alabama and Auburn University will fight that. They want to keep their college team. Like XFL, they don't care about.
On a different day.
That's crazy because you would think, it's a different day of the week, and plus, like,
imagine as an Alabama native, imagine you have a guy that lived in Alabama, grew up in Alabama, went to the University of Alabama, won a national championship, and then he gets to go and he plays for Atlanta. And he goes and he plays for Tampa Bay. Instead of he goes and he stays in his hometown. That's the reason the Bengals love Joe Burrow so much. That's the reason why, or like even like Sam Hubbard also went to a high school right down the road. They went and played Ohio State. Then went and got drafted by the Bengals. Kevin Huber, the punter for the Bengals, who's been there forever, who's probably the best Bengals punter of all time, went to the University of Cincinnati, then got drafted by the Bengals. The hometown people are a draw. So I don't understand why they wouldn't go to Alabama, why they wouldn't have a team in Alabama, so that they could probably pull a lot of SEC guys into that. But I mean,
I guess you could say then the money might be going to more NFL games than college games. But then
I mean, days of the week. Also, I say what you will.
Yeah,
college
but people don't have.
Yeah.
Oh, go for it.
College has a better atmosphere than NFL football. Sorry about it.
That is true.
College football is insane.
Have
you been to Neyland Stadium? Holy shit.
Lane Stadium?
Yeah.
Hey, I've charged fields before, okay? Back in Purdue.
Against who? Minnesota?
No, Ohio State.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You beat Ohio State.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You were there
in Iowa
when they beat Ohio State?
Yeah, I was there. And I charged
Fucking hell, you're old. That was so long ago? That was
2019. That was 2019.
2019? No. That was
what? No. I remember the last time.
That was my senior year.
Yeah, I'm older than Mamba. My freshman year in college at Virginia Tech was when the Hokies actually had a 10-win season. Last time they had a 10-win season. That was
that Michael Vick?
No, that was Logan Thomas last year.
Logan Thomas. Okay.
That was 2011. That was my freshman year. I'm older than Mamba.
You're a lot older than me.
All right.
Yeah. He's still young.
I think the biggest thing with this is though that I think it's the McRib effect. All right. It's the Christmas music effect. It's around for a limited time. That's why so many people want it. So I feel like if you have a full-time team in Munich that's playing like 10 games, 8-9 games in Germany, they're not going to get a full crowd every time. I could be wrong. Yeah. I don't know.
But they do love it. Like that crowd was really good. They love.
Right. But that's the thing though, is that crowd wasn't just, they weren't all Seahawks and Bucks fans. They were just
the thing is,
fans.
If you're just doing one team in Germany, then I think you'll have a lot of people going to it. If you have multiple teams in Germany, then I see that potential.
How would you reorganize the divisions? How would you just have 2 divisions that would have an extra team? Would you have to add 8 teams? And if you add 8 teams,
ask Roger Goodell. He knows.
The NFL needs to make another bye week first. They need to have 2 bye weeks. That way we have President's Day off after the Super Bowl. But that's another story.
I was saying that after adding a week 17 after game 17 they should have bye week.
I was
right before the Thursday night
not
games.
ready. I was not ready to go to work after the Bengals lost in the Super Bowl. That was not ready for that shit.
Oh, there goes Mama's cam.
Look at Mama right there. Look at him.
That's a thumbnail right there. Oh no! Golly. Like after the Eagles won the Super Bowl, I like the week before when they when they won the NFC Championship game in 2017. I told work the week before, don't expect me on Monday. Don't expect me on Monday in 2 weeks. They're like,
yeah. Oh, okay. I told my boss the Bengals won. I would be at the celebration parade. I would be there. Fucking
about this game.
I know. I still can't get the fact there were more people at the Bengals send-off party than there were at the Rams Super Bowl party.
Like, I can believe it.
Like,
because California doesn't, or actually LA doesn't care about football.
LA doesn't want, SoFi Stadium is just South Candlestick.
They don't need 2 teams.
Golly, man.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go on to this
Buccaneers.
Birmingham Seahawks. Chargers, here we come. Anyway, Seahawks Buccaneers again. Buccaneers winning 21-16 in Munich. Crowd was going crazy singing John Denver Country Roads late in the game. It was a phenomenal scene. Singing it while the players were playing. While they were playing. I know you're a VT fan, but come on. Just comment.
No, not even that. I just hate the song in general.
What the why do you hate? Got some explanation here. John Denver's a country music icon, buddy. What the fuck you talking about?
All right, death metal, melodic death metal,
Okay,
technical death metal.
Opinion rejected.
There's that.
Anyway, Geno Smith, 23 for 33, 275 yards, and 8.3 average with 2 touchdowns and taking 3 sacks. Tom Brady, 22 for 29, a lower amount of throws from him by far from his previous game of 53. 258 yards, 8.9 average, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 0 sacks. And Leonard Fournette, no completions. Well, a completion with a defense on a pass to Tom Brady, where Tom Brady slipped and proclaimed later in a tweet that he would have mossed his defender if he didn't have slipped. So,
totally, you would have mossed them.
Now, here, I'm going to keep saying this. The best defensive tackle right now in the NFL is Vita Vea. And I will say that because if you look at the rush yards for the Seattle Seahawks in total was 39. He held Geno Smith scrambled for 22, and Kenneth Walker had 10 carries for 17 yards, which is a 1.7 average. If you don't believe Vita Vea is a freak of fucking nature, please watch a Buccaneers game and just look at him the entire time. There's no way a man that height and that weight should be able to move that fast. It's like a ball of jello rolling down a straight 90-degree incline.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Rashad White ran for 105 yards and 22 carries. Great performance.
Who the hell is Rashad White?
He's been around for a bit.
Basically, when Leonard Fournette got fat and they went and got somebody else. So yeah, 23-year-old from Arizona State, 6 foot 214.
He got drafted in 22.
Huh.
Oh, he did get drafted this year. I'm thinking
he got more.
Oh no, that was the guy.
Then.
That was the guy that like they interviewed. Said, "How does it feel to be drafted to Tom Brady's team?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm looking forward to it." So yeah, I remember that guy on draft night. But yeah, 22 carries, 105 yards. Leonard Fournette, 14 carries, 57 yards. Yeah, Leonard Fournette looks old and slow, so I think it's good they're moving on. And Rashad White looked good. I mean, you're running behind a Tom Brady line. They're going to be able to push the people over. DK Metcalf, 71 yards receiving. Kenneth Walker, 55 yards receiving, looking like a good dual threat back. Tyler Lockett, 42. Marquise Goodwin, 38. For the Buccaneers, Chris Godwin, 71 yards. Mike Evans, 54. Julio Jones, 53, and a touchdown, as well as one for Chris Godwin. And then Cade Otton, who's been really performing well in the absence of Kyle Rudolph, got 35 yards on 3 receptions. So I think the biggest thing here is the Bucs look like they're clicking, and they were able to compete against a good Seattle team in foreign territory where they had to deal with jet lag and everything. And I think they're balancing out a lot better. I think Tom Brady has always looked good when he can establish a run. I don't think Tom Brady's never had, he's had in really good running backs. He has had really good running backs. He's had Corey Dillon,
Leonard
Fournette. I mean, as long as
Leonard Fournette, but oh god, he was on the Eagles in Super Bowl year. He was with the Patriots before.
Oh LeGarrette
Blount.
Yeah. So when Tom Brady can set up the pass with the run, that's going to be really good. If you look at his attempts, 29 compared to last week where he had like fucking 53, that's a great improvement.
Actually, what's crazy is no sacks at all.
I don't think that's crazy. I mean,
their line has been not great.
Hold on. You have to look when you're looking at sacks. You have to look at how good was their line doing and who's rushing the passer. Who on the Seattle Seahawks is rushing the passer?
That's true. They don't really have a defensive line.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Also, another reason why Rashad White ran for 105 yards. One of the biggest issues for Seattle Seahawks is their line. Besides, I think it's Puna Ford. Yeah. It's a bunch of nobodies on their D line. Like I know they're NFL players, don't get me wrong, but like they're not well-known NFL players.
Yeah,
it's just
a bunch of TBH. No one expected Seahawks to be this good this year. So
nobody expected Seahawks to lead the division. They were supposed to be tanking.
Yeah. Even dropping a game, the Seahawks still have a 6-4 lead.
They'll make it
on the NFC West. They'll make it. I still think San Francisco is going to win more games by the end of the year, and we'll take that first spot from them. But I think Seattle will be right behind them and make it in.
I think whoever wins between San Fran and Seattle will take the division. Yeah.
I hope Arizona doesn't. I hope Arizona doesn't get in. I hope they blow up because that team is such a cancer to watch and listen to. And then Tampa Bay is going to get in and probably win the Super Bowl.
Please, Rams be the first team ever to.
That'd be wild because Buccaneers have looked so bad. If they win the Super Bowl, like That's pretty impressive.
Do we cover this last, or do we cover it now? Or cover it now?
I say cover it now.
Yeah.
Ugh. The
game of the year, baby.
Yeah. Right now, calling it. Unless there's not really.
There's nothing better than this.
Oh,
nothing.
There's gonna be nothing better than this.
Oh my god, this is a game that you're gonna like just hear about for years.
This is the game you want on a fucking cassette.
Yeah. Minnesota Vikings coming out with the win in overtime by 33-30 against the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo, New York. Kirk Cousins, 30 for 50, 357 yards with a 7.1 average, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, and 4 sacks. Josh Allen, 29 for 43, 330 yards, a 7.7 average, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and 2 sacks. Here's the thing. Looking at Josh Allen and Kirk Cousins, their stat lines don't look that different, do they? Both 2 interceptions.
Very similar.
Both 2 interceptions, both 1 touchdown. Like 4 sacks for Kirk, 2 for Josh, 330 yards for Josh,
Kirk
357
threw
for
more.
Kirk. Yeah, Kirk threw 50 attempts. Josh Allen threw 43. Josh Allen completed 29. Kirk completed 30. People after this game were saying Kirk Cousins played amazing. It's Kirk Cousins. It's Perk Thuggins. It's and they're saying Josh Allen played like shit.
I could see why, because Kirk Cousins not an elite quarterback. He's not known to be an elite quarterback.
At 1 p.m., you better believe he's elite. Holy shit, is he elite at 1 p.m.
Well, he's definitely not elite on a Monday.
At 8 p.m., you might want to go hire Johnny Manziel. But, I mean, I don't know, dude.
I don't know if Josh Allen's injury was still messing with him at the time.
It definitely was. There's no way.
But still, and also he rushed for 84 yards, so he was still going out.
Another big issue, why the Buffalo Bills didn't look to get a more dominant run game in the trading area when they still have a ton of these picks, is Josh Allen is their leading rusher with 84 yards of rushing. Devin Singletary, their main running back, had 13 carries for 47 yards, a 3.6 average.
I think when we get into the playoffs, that's going to bite them in their ass because you need a decent run game to run an efficient offense.
I hate, obviously guys like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning have revolutionized how football's looked at. Back in the day, it was if you have, Jim Brown, you're winning the NFL championship because he can run over everybody. Nowadays, you need a great passing attack. But, people are just teams are legitimately the Rams that won the Super Bowl last year, the Bills now, they're just hey, do we need a running attack? No, we don't. We can catch a team maybe on a halfback delay or do a little dive, with one good strong running back that can get us a yard. You need to have some sort of rushing attack in order to be successful, I think. And
I don't think you need an elite rushing attack, but at least a decent one.
Yeah,
and I mean the Buffalo Bills. Honestly, is any team worse than the Bills in the rushing? If you take Josh out of the picture, running backs,
Rams.
Yeah,
maybe Cardinals. I mean, they just got who's it?
James Conner from injury.
Yeah, because all their running backs are just receivers. They're just short receivers.
Except for so dumb. James Conner is not a receiving back. He was injured for most of the time too. I'm trying to think anybody else. Green Bay actually has good running backs.
Oh yeah, they don't use them as much as they should. Yeah, I mean, but we'll get into how they actually use them well this week.
Pittsburgh, Najee Harris has been ass.
Well, yeah, but usually he's good. You can also contribute that to the line. After Hayward left, the lines went downhill.
And Matt Canada.
Who does the Raiders have?
Josh Jacobs.
Hello.
Oh, Josh Jacobs.
Hello.
I forgot about him.
Hello.
I forgot he was on the Raiders.
Mamba. Hello. Yeah. Hello. McFly. Anybody in there?
The only good kick that Gruden had.
No, Texans. Damian Pierce is insane. Damian Pierce would average 100 rushing yards for the Bills a game.
He was destroying the Eagles' defense last week.
Speaking of the Eagles' defense, fucking rushing also killed them this week.
We'll get to that later.
Macedon is about to fucking puke. He's about to puke. He just said, But Minnesota Vikings, Dalvin Cook, 14 carries, 119 yards, 1 touchdown. as far as receiving goes, it was Diggs and Jefferson battling it out. Justin Jefferson had the most insane one-handed catch since Odell Beckham's one-handed catch back with the Giants. Reaching up, he grabbed the ball with one hand, and he had two hands of the. I think it was Tre'Davious Ward was defending it, I believe. Came in and tried to pull his arm down, so he had two hands on his arm. Still grabbed it, palmed it, came one-handed. The other hand was down at his side. Grabbed it, palmed it, came down with it, held it against his chest, but didn't hit the ground. Caught. It was like 4th and 20 for
it. Almost.
That.
I thought it was gonna fall out.
Yeah,
but
it was
holy shit.
Like it still did not touch the ground.
Yeah.
Like, that's the crazy part. Like, it wasn't even a bad defensive play. It was not a bad defensive play. It was just Justin Jefferson just fucking not moss him, but
that's
fucking overpowered.
Definitely an OBJ moment.
And what's funny too? It was 3 insane catches that game. All in one game, there's 3 insane catches. Stephon Diggs with that one-handed catch in the air.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did have that.
Stephon Diggs has one too.
That's what I say. That was Stephon Diggs, and Justin Jefferson had one earlier that was actually crazy until that crazy one hand with 2 hands covering him.
Yeah,
like.
And guess where Stephon Diggs came from? He came from Minnesota.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson, 10 receptions, 193 yards, equating out to a 19.3 average on receiving with 1 touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 12 for 128 and 10.7 yards receiving. As far as the other receivers in this game, Adam Thielen had 49, T.J. Hockenson had 45, KJ Osborne had 35 for the Bills, Gabe Davis had 93, Dawson Knox had 57, and Isaiah McKenzie had 37. The way this game basically worked, it was back and forth for a while. Minnesota Vikings actually go down, get a long 4th down completion, that one-handed catch we said by Justin Jefferson, get down to like the 1, keep doing a bunch of plays and aren't able to punch it in. Bills get the ball back at the 1-yard line. They are trying to just have
at the goal line.
1.5, the quarter-yard line. Yeah, and the Bills were trying to just like hike the ball to Josh Allen under center and have Josh Allen and his massive self just jump forward, and the snap got fumbled, fell down the end zone, and the Minnesota defense recovered it for a touchdown, helping them to tie the game.
Fucking crazy.
But then
no. It was not tie the game. They were up by 3.
Up by 3. Buffalo Bills then drive, get a field goal to tie the game up. Minnesota Vikings get the ball to start halftime. They drive down the field, aren't able to score, get a field goal. Buffalo Bills turn around, drive down the field, are setting up to get a pass. Josh Allen throws across the middle, intercepted by Patrick Peterson.
Insane.
Insane game. I recommend you find a way to watch it. It's probably just they're running it
on
highlights
on
NFL Network.
There's highlights
probably.
on YouTube. Yeah. Just watch it. Yeah.
I even watch the whole game, or at least the 4th quarter on. It's insane.
And before people try to say, "Oh, why'd they try QB sneak in their own end zone, take the safety?" Because your defense was not going to hold. Like, yes, they did a goal line.
That's
stand,
what you're supposed to do.
Hold? Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Try to get some yardage so you can kneel down. Justin Jefferson was having an insane game. Were you gonna trust that to try to stop Justin Jefferson again?
Yeah.
It was just a botch snap, which rarely happens.
So here's one thing.
If they would have taken the safety, that's 2 points.
Yes.
And that would have meant that
they gave it back to Minnesota.
Down 5.
Yeah, I mean that's
down. Minnesota would have been down 5. So you would have banked on them
Vikings
scoring.
The ball back.
You would have banked on them scoring.
And it's still like over a minute left in the game. It's not like they had no it wasn't like 3 seconds.
Had like 1 timeout, I think, left. So like
something like that.
I think
I don't know. I still would have because it was just a botch snap. That's all it was. If everything worked.
Yeah, but Josh Allen's literally like right there. Like that shouldn't have been a botch snap. Like that's probably the easiest snap you could do.
That's the center's fault there.
Yeah, I mean it is the center's fault. So I don't know who it is, but
it was the center's fault. He messed up that. It is. Usually.
You're just handing him the ball just under your your butt.
But I think that was a correct play. It just got messed up because one out of 100 times it happens.
Yeah, it's very rare that does happen. I'm surprised. One thing real quick. Just looking at the offensive overall, Vikings. I mean, they got rushing, they got receiving, they got a quarterback and Kirk Cousins on a Sunday. I mean, with how the Bills been playing recently and how they can't do anything with rushing, I honestly don't think Bills are going to be doing too much with within the playoffs. The Vikings, though, they might have a real good run.
It's them and Eagles
thinking.
fighting for the first seed. It's them and Eagles fighting for the first seed. They both had the same record. The only reason why that Minnesota's second seed, because Eagles beat them on Monday night.
Yep. Minnesota 8-1. Behind them, Green Bay still with a chance to make something happen, but a very small one.
Green Bay got
Detroit,
no
then Chicago.
Chance.
And the AFC East, the Bills are now in third. Miami 7-3, New York 6-3, and now Buffalo 6-3. New England is the
that's crazy. They dropped down to third.
AFC East is strong.
They lost to the.
They lost to the Jets last week. That's why they're 6-3.
That is
the
crazy.
AFC East is fucking nuts this year. It's AFC East and NFC East. Both divisions gonna have all 4 teams in the playoffs. I mean, New England's on the 7th seed.
Yeah, I mean, New England's 5-4, and they're barely like 7th seed right now.
Yeah,
making it in. So
all right. We've only gotten through 2 games thus far, and we're 36 minutes in this podcast. Holy moly.
Yeah, but probably next game's going to suck.
Or 3 games.
Oh, no, this game. This game.
I mean, we want to aim for 2 hours anyway, so.
Yeah.
This game, the Tank Bowl, who can tank harder?
Yeah. Detroit Lions coming into Soldier Field 31-30, taking the win against the Bears. Jared Goff, 19 for 26, 236, a 9.1 average and 1 touchdown, taking 2 sacks. Justin Fields, 167 yards, 8.4 average, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 3 sacks. He also ran for 147 yards in total. 147 out of the team's 258, while Jamal Williams for Detroit was their leading rusher with only 59 yards. The passing attack for the Detroit Lions, though, was a lot better. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 10 receptions for 119 yards. He was their top receiver. The next closest was Khalif Raymond, 3 receptions for 47 yards. The Chicago Bears' top receiver was Cole Kmet, who unluckily got injured at the end of the game. 4 receptions for 74 yards. Darnell Mooney, 4 receptions for 57 yards. And Byron Pringle, 1 reception for 12 yards for their leading 3 receivers. The biggest thing,
back, though.
Hopefully, yeah. The biggest thing about this game was the Detroit Lions defense eventually being able to stop Justin Fields and get the right takeaways at the right times to help them come out with the win.
Well, we did also miss an extra point, which would have just kept it a tie game and it would have gone to overtime. But hey, we're fucking tanking.
I don't know what I was thinking when I picked up. What was it? Yeah,
Santos.
I picked up Santos because McPherson was on a bye. Bad idea.
He's been okay like this whole year. He's just messed up. I don't know.
Also, here's another injury for the Chicago that's hurting. Khalil Herbert's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he's hurt now. So I mean, David Montgomery's going to get a lot more carries going forward, which is actually good for me because I have Montgomery on my fantasy team. So I might actually start him soon. Maybe. Well, I got Mixon and Austin Eckler.
The Chicago traditional rushing will hurt, but Justin Fields is going to scramble again because he's having a Michael Vick year. This is insane.
Yeah.
He has a record in a single game.
Again, I'm going to come back and mention it again. Chase Claypool, 1 reception, 8 yards, 2 targets. He's not good. Terrible trade.
We'll see.
There's something I saw that Justin Fields can actually break the rushing record for QBs this year for a season.
Yeah. That might happen. It was what's his name?
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson
broke it. It was Michael Vick, then it was Randall Cunningham, then Michael Vick, then Lamar Jackson, and might be Justin Fields.
Dude, I mean Justin Fields right now is the 4th best quarterback in fantasy right now. That's fucking insane. He scored so much.
Take away his rushing stats and tell me what's going on. Yeah.
Offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, offensive line,
who can throw in that offensive line?
He has no weapons, but he's making do with what he has.
I honestly, I bet you Riley Reif is the issue. The right tackle for no, dude. He was was on the Vikings before 2 years ago. They had a terrible line that year. Last year, he was on the Bengals. The Bengals had a horrible line. Now he's on the Bears. They have a horrible line. It's the Riley Reif effect.
I mean, we've had even last year we had a bad line. So, I mean, like I said, next year they got 120 mil in cap space. They got a shit ton of picks. They're gonna upgrade that line. They're gonna get weapons for Justin Fields, and just look next year. He's gonna be freaking nuts.
They're going to upgrade the line from a sieve to a piece of plywood. They're going to give him weapons, as in a butter knife, a kitchen utensil, and a 22. And then they're going to get a better defense, going from something like
I mean, we have a new GM and a new coach, so they better do something right.
I think the new GM's getting some stuff. I think the new GM could actually get him some stuff. We'll see.
They've been trying to do stuff right since 2006, and it hasn't really worked out, has it?
I mean, that's because wasn't Ryan Pace there for a while?
Yeah, Ryan Pace sucks. No one likes Ryan Pace.
Yeah.
You guys wasted the career of the best kick returner of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, 2006 Devin Hester was different. A lot of people are going to say, "Oh, what about prime time?" You got to look at 2006 Devin Hester. It was okay. This game, if you had to watch this game, I'm sorry. Denver Broncos 10, Tennessee Titans 17 in Tennessee. Russell Wilson 21 for 42, 286, 6.8 average, 1 touchdown, 1 reception, 6 sacks. Ryan Tannehill was back, 19 for 36, 255, a 7.1 average, 2 touchdowns. Surprisingly, no picks from Tannehill. Derrick Henry only rushed 19 times for 53 yards. Pretty low, but it wasn't that much better for the Broncos. 7 carries for 24 yards for Melvin Gordon III. 9 carries for 24 yards for Latavius Murray. 2 carries for 9 yards for Chase Edmonds. Passing was entirely based around one guy for the Titans, it seemed like. Nick Westbrook-Ikhine. Who? 5 receptions, 119 yards. Yeah, 5 receptions, 119 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a 63 long. Yeah, and then for the Broncos, 66 yards for Jalen Virgil, 66 yards for Cortland Sutton, 62 yards for Kendall Hinton, and 46 yards for Melvin Gordon. The Broncos just look bad, and the Tennessee Titans scraped one out, winning by 7.
Holy shit! This guy came. The Nick guy. He came out of nowhere. Like, yeah, Nick Westbrook
out of Indiana. 6'2", 211, 3rd season in the league.
I mean,
he's had like still barely any targets until this. I mean, they had barely any targets until this game. That guy.
I mean, Ryan Tannehill was back, and I think Ryan Tannehill can see people a little bit better than Malik Willis can.
Yeah, because he's a rookie.
Also, I think they started the game with Malik Willis, and he was so bad he lost a fumble, and was so bad they put Tannehill in.
Right.
And Malik Willis did not have any passing stats whatsoever at all. Didn't even attempt to pass.
What I'm surprised is how this game was only a 7-point game difference.
Okay, here's the reason. Broncos defense is still good. They're they actually did the stats. Top 5 defense, but 32nd in offense. Yes. If you look at their scores, they haven't given up. I think they haven't given up.
That's the worst in offense.
They're worse in offense.
Oh yeah, they suck at offense.
Yeah, that's not just bad. That's the worst.
but they're top 5.
Houston.
But they're top 5 in defense. That's what's sad. With that defense, I think, what was it? What's the most points they gave up? I'm actually looking, like, what's the most points they gave up this year?
Let me look.
I think, all right, so 17 last week.
9, 10, 32. Looks like okay. 32.
So that's the only team that did more than
which
20
is pretty
points
surprising
against them. Yeah. I mean, Raiders are 3-0 in their division. What
the fuck? What the fuck? What? Huh?
Yes.
What?
Yes. Because they beat the Chiefs. But no, as I'm saying, Denver has a top 5 defense. The most points they gave up was against Raiders. That's the highest, over 20 points. Everybody else was less than 20 points given up.
No, they're not 3-0 in their division. No, they're not.
I thought they were.
They lost to the fucking Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, they're 2-1.
Okay. So they're 2-1. They're 2-1. Sorry. But still.
Broncos country?
Yeah.
Let's die. All right.
Let's die.
Top 5 defense, worst offense ever. That's sad.
Russell Wilson. Oh,
No,
boy.
Nathaniel Hackett.
Oh,
Nathaniel
before
Hackett.
we start, did you see the surprise onside
Oh
kick?
my god,
that shit was funny.
Jaguars looked like Rutgers playing against Ohio State. Started out the game with an intentional onside kick, which they recovered. Didn't really work well for them, though. 17-27, the final score. Chiefs taking the win at home at Arrowhead. Trevor Lawrence, 29 for 40, 259 yards, 6.5 average, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, taking 5 sacks. Patrick Mahomes, 26 for 35, 331 yards, a 9.4 average, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick, no sacks. A classic Patrick Mahomes performance, doing amazing. Isaiah Pacheco, 82 yards rushing on 16 carries. Travis Etienne Jr., 45 carries on 11 yards rushing.
ETN.
Who is this guy?
ETN.
ETN. He came from Clemson. He was in the national championship for Clemson.
Yeah. ETN or Pacheco?
ETN.
No, Pacheco.
I don't know
I was
Pacheco.
talking about
Yeah.
Pacheco.
I have him on my fantasy team. I picked him up. Yeah. Rutgers.
He came from Rutgers.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
rookie.
the first round pick.
Rutgers. Talking about the Rutgers.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, and then
I might have to pick
receiving
him up.
105 yards for Christian Kirk, really actually kind of living up to his contract in a weird way. 81 yards for Travis Kelce, 60 for Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 57 for Kadarius Toney, which had 2 interesting moments. Kadarius Toney, in the middle of a route, adjusted his gloves as the ball was in midair and then caught the ball. And another time, Kadarius Toney caught the ball, was running into the end zone, no one was around him, started fake hobbling like he was injured to kind of give an FU to the Giants, who have been giving him shit for a long time. But, yeah, I don't.
He basically fuck you, David Gettleman. That's
Kadarius Toney, I think, is an issue if you're losing because he just won't play. He'll give up on a team like he did with the Giants. But he's now with Patrick Mahomes, so as a receiver, you really can't ask for much more. But yeah, Chiefs really show out. Their defense is able to hold onto the Jaguars despite a good game from Trevor Lawrence. Even though he took 5 sacks, still 259 yards on basically 30 for 40 and 2 touchdowns. Pretty good.
I mean, that basically just goes down to the defense at that point because Kansas City's offense is just insane. Like, honestly, it's very hard to stop that.
I'd be worried about Jacksonville. They look like they have a good base, and they're slowly starting to build on it. And it's looking like it's starting to, like, snowball a little bit because Trevor Lawrence looks good. Christian Kirk was looking good. Still have some good backups. They've got Evan Ingram. And now
Minshew looked good that 1 year.
ETN looked good. Like, I know Minshew looked good, but like Trevor Lawrence is repeatedly doing it. Also, Minshew went out, they won their first game, and then said, this is what it's like from now on. They lost every other game after that. So
that was Urban. Well, that was because of coach. That wasn't Urban Meyer, but that was.
That was an Urban Meyer.
That was Urban Meyer year, but that was with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
not Minshew didn't say that. But I'm surprised Chiefs held Travis Etienne to 45 yards. That one I was surprised.
A lot of people underestimate the power that Chris Jones has on the interior line of an offense. Mm-hmm. It's an issue to block.
Yeah. Also, Chiefs defense is not that bad. It's pretty average.
They're not great, but they're not bad. They still have L'Jarius Sneed, who's.
It depends on the defensive coordinator that Andy Reid has. Plus, also for Jacksonville, if you're worried about them, it depends if Doug Pearson has a good game plan because he could fuck up that game plan so randomly with random ass calls. Eagles. Let's see what shit he did in 2018, 2019, 2020.
Yeah. But Jacksonville's still kind of in the midst of a weird rebuild, kind of in the middle ground of that, I guess. And Kansas City's still dominating.
It's a rebuild for Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna deny it. That's a rebuild.
Kansas City is leading a very shitty AFC West. They are at 7-2. Los Angeles Chargers 5-4. Denver 3-6. Las Vegas 2-7. While Jacksonville is at the bottom end near of the AFC South. Tennessee leading that 6-3. Indianapolis 4-5. Jacksonville 3-7, and Houston 1-7.
I mean, who's not the bottom of AFC South?
Or 1-7-1, I guess you should say. Yeah.
Who's not the bottom of AFC South?
Next game's up. The Cleveland Browns lost. It's a good day in football, baby. All right. Cleveland Browns losing 17-39 in Miami. An amazing performance from the Dolphins, really on both sides of the ball, which is surprising. Their defenses look kind of shit thus far. Jacoby Brissett, 22 for 35, 212 in yards, 1 touchdown, 6.1 passing average, taking 3 sacks. Tua Tagovailoa, 25 for 32, 285 yards, 8.9 average, and 3 touchdowns, taking no sacks. Nick Chubb only ran for 36 yards, and Kareem Hunt only ran for 9. Great job by the defense to hold them in. Jacoby Brissett also ran for 40 himself. Jeff Wilson Jr. ran for 119 yards, and Raheem Mostert ran for 85 for Miami. And the passing attack was actually didn't seem that insanely potent from the Dolphins. Their rushing attack seemed a lot better. Jalen Waddle had 66 yards, Trent Sherfield had 63, Alec Ingold had 45, and Tyreek Hill had 44. For Cleveland, Donovan Peoples-Jones had 99 yards. Good old Michigan grad showing out. Amari Cooper had 32, and that was really about it. Next ones were David Bell with 24 and Nick Chubb with 18. So Miami defense looked good, stopping the Cleveland Browns offense.
Tua was definitely spreading the ball out because look at the targets. Yeah. It's pretty much everyone had the same amount of targets almost.
About 5 targets for everybody except for their one
tight end
with one.
Yeah, Glinski or
Jeff Wilson Jr. for rushing. That's pretty good.
Yeah, 119 yards.
Wasn't he from Tampa before?
This is 5th season. Oh, Jeff Wilson.
He was definitely not a Dolphin.
Was he
49ers?
Yep. 49ers. So he backed up Mostert and someone else.
Yeah,
which Miami has.
Now he's with Mostert again.
Yeah. I mean, Tua, people are saying Tua's the MVP front runner right now.
Really?
Okay. The reason why they're saying because of Josh Allen fuck you up last week, Jalen Hurts this week, and Lamar Jackson haven't had great games. So some people are saying Tua is.
But Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. He's still doing amazing.
Saquon Barkley.
They're not going to give it to Ryan back. Not in this day and age.
They should give it to Barkley.
Yeah, they can
because they could have gave it to Jonathan Taylor.
Honestly, Derrick Henry realistically is a more of a valuable asset for his team. The Titans would be winless if they didn't have Derrick Henry.
But that's not what the people that vote on the media and all.
I mean, a lot of the reasons why.
Honestly, by popularity, Geno Smith would have a better chance than Tua.
I'll say comeback player of the year for Geno Smith.
I mean, a lot of the reasons why Tua is doing really good is because he has speedsters to throw to. Like they just get open. They run
underthrow to, but yeah.
Well, it's not underthrow. It's Tyreek Hill overruns.
Even Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle is really fucking
good. But what people are saying, some people are saying, because of the games that Tua did not start, the quarterback sucked, and even with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle,
of course, it was a third string quarterback because Teddy Bridgewater got in and fucking got killed again. Every time that man hits the field, he dies. He literally just fucking dies.
Except for when he was on Denver last year, he played I think all 16 games last year.
Yeah,
but Miami is a scary team this year.
Yeah. I mean, Miami does a lot of play action, so I mean, they're able to do a lot of schemes of that.
Just looking forward to Tyreek Hill and his future. Whenever he starts to lose his athleticism with age, I wonder what he's going to do. I feel like he needs to retire once he loses his athleticism because I don't know if 5'9" receiver is going to be able to do much without speed.
I don't know because
he's got good route running. I mean, he's 28.
He's 28.
Yeah.
I mean, he just becomes a slot receiver then.
Yeah, Wes Welker, really old Wes Welker on the fucking Broncos.
I mean, yeah, that's true. He got a Super Bowl ring. He's done so much.
He's in Miami. He's chilling.
Right,
I mean, Miami does look scary this year.
It does. They do look very good. They look very scary, and they are currently leading their division. Texans football. Yikes. Houston Texans going into the Meadowlands 16-24 loss against the Giants. Davis Mills, 22 for 37, 319 yards and 8.6 average, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 4 sacks. Daniel Jones, 13 for 17, not a ton of passes from him, only 197 yards, 2 touchdowns and 3 sacks. Barkley, again, 35 carries for 152 yards with a 4.3 average and 1 touchdown. He needs to be in the MVP conversation for something. No one expected the Giants to do anything, and now they're winning on the back of Saquon Barkley. 35 carries. That's Derrick Henry levels of carries. Damian Pierce had 94 yards and 17 carries for the Houston Texans. And then 72 yards for Jordan Atkins in receiving for the Texans, 70 for Chris Moore, and 49 for Nico Collins. For the Giants, Darius Slayton had 95, Isaiah Hodgins had 41, Tanner Hudson had 24, and Wan'Dale Robinson had 20. So just the Giants taking advantage of a Texans team that's very much so in a rebuild and really had taking advantage of the terrible Texans line, having Saquon Barkley run all over them.
Wait, did Braden Cook? Oh, he did play a little bit. Okay, because there was they were trying to trade Braden Cook, and I guess nothing came.
He wanted to be traded. He wanted to be traded, and then
he's been mad.
They stripped his captaincy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's mad. He's mad as fuck. He does not like the Texans at all.
No. Honestly, it'd be cool if he played for the Giants. Giants needs receivers. Brandon Cooks and Darius Slayton together with Barkley and...
That is true.
Yeah.
But, man, you're slinging the ball with Daniel Jones. I don't think he's above average, but I wouldn't say he's...
He's gotten so much better this year. I think the coaching
actually has.
I'm going to say this. Daniel Jones and Kirk Cousins have been performing to the same level.
Because the new coaches are actually much better. If you look at the coaches, Dabble is much better coach than Joe Judge.
Dabble's not out there throwing touchdowns and running for that many yards a game. Daniel Jones is still doing good.
But
Dabble's playing the calls now.
He's kind of that. Plus, also the team looks different. Giants look so much different than Joe Judge or Ben McAdoo.
All of New York looks different.
Yeah, I mean, damn, I don't know.
Even the pizza's more expensive.
Oh, fuck that shit. God damn it.
I'm just saying,
fuck you in Chicago pizza.
I'm gonna side with New York pizza. I'm sorry, Chicago pizza's weird.
Thank you. Fair. No, I give you that.
It's literally soup. Where's the cheese?
No, it's a fucking cake.
Chicago pizza is the bar style pizza. It's not deep dish. Deep dish is tourist pizza.
I need to fucking heat up. I'm hungry as hell. I need to fucking heat up a pizza.
You know what? I had Rinderrouladen I made today. It's a German dish.
Next up, Steelers.
This was a surprise.
Yeah, Steelers somehow beating the Saints 20-10 at home in Pittsburgh. Andy Dalton, 17 for 27 with 174 yards and a 6.4 average, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, 2 sacks. Kenny Pickett, 18 for 30, 199 yards, 6.6 yard average, and taking 6 sacks. However, they still came out with the win. Najee Harris actually ran for a lot, 20 carries for 99 yards. Kenny Pickett also ran for 51, while Alvin Kamara only ran for 26. So that fucked over my fantasy team. Deontay Johnson, 4 receptions for 63 yards. Jaron Warren, 3 for 40. Pat Freiermuth, 4 for 36. And then for New Orleans Saints, they're receiving Juwan Johnson, 5 for 44. Chris Olave, 3 for 40. And Jarvis Landry, 3 for 37. I think the biggest thing with this was that the Steelers' defense is still pretty good. But again, their offensive play calling due to Matt Canada is fucking atrocious. So they were still somehow able to come out with a win against the New Orleans Saints team, who's still missing their starting quarterback in Jameis Winston, and got a bad performance out of Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, I mean, Kenny Pickett is actually starting to look a little bit better day by day.
If he gets different the offensive coordinator. Plus, also TJ Watt came back this game, didn't he? Yeah, he did.
Yep. Let's see.
He's back.
TJ Watt, 4 total tackles, 2 solo, no sacks, no tackle for losses, no passes deflects, 1 quarterback hit. Yeah, an okay game for him. But again,
if I knew he was back, I would have gone Steelers. Goddamn.
But
I still would have gone Saints because I thought their defense could do better. Yeah,
I was
Marshawn Lattimore and Tyrone Matthew and Cameron Hayward against the Steelers line and offense. I thought that would be insane. I thought there would be 2 picks, pick sixes. But no,
you're slinging the ball with Andy Dalton.
Also, I'm not gonna pick the Steelers. I'm not gonna pick the Steelers. I'm sorry about it.
Yeah, that's true. He's not.
I'm not.
But no, the Saints do look off this year. And they think they want to tank, but guess who has their first round pick?
The Eagles.
The Eagles or the Vikings?
Yep. Nope. Eagles had their. You know why? Because they traded Sauce Gardner-Johnson.
Fucking idiots.
They traded their cornerback, not Sauce Gardner, but
DJ Gardner-Johnson.
CJ Gardner.
Wait, they traded a cornerback for a number 1 pick,
and they got a receiver.
Yo, you fleeced the shit out of them. What the fuck?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Because Howie Roseman's a genius.
Saturday.
Imagine
actually
losing to a
Colts.
fucking high school football coach. dude.
Indianapolis Colts and the and the rookie coach Jeff fucking Saturday decide to go in and win a game against Las Vegas Raiders in Las Vegas, 25-20.
Before you start, who cares about the fucking Tank Bowl? They fucking lost to a high school football coach.
I'm still calling it Tank Bowl. Brr. I need that.
I know.
Also,
but
I
need to get the magnets.
Josh McDaniels, a New England Patriot or ex-New England Patriot. Was he an offensive?
He was offensive.
Look at the date. Look at the date on this. It's November 2022 as we're recording this. Mid-November. This was on the end of October, the tail end. Jeff Saturday, official Jeff Saturday account. Ago. Yes. Literally said Raiders look horrible.
ESPN analyst.
Yes, as an ESPN analyst, comes in as a high school coach that has a losing record and wills the Indianapolis Colts to a 5-point victory against the Raiders, who the Raiders look like they have a stacked roster, but obviously have been doing horrible this season. A big change that Matt Ryan made, I believe it was his, or not Matt Ryan, that Jeff Saturday made,
he's back.
Putting Matt Ryan in, Matty Ice back in, 21 for 28. So definitely
really
better
that much of a
than.
difference?
Well, here's the thing. What I've noticed just from looking at the stats, you can tell a lot by stats. When Matt Ryan was playing under Reich, he was averaging like 30, 40, even 50 attempts at passing. Even with Jonathan Taylor in. And a lot of people are perplexed by that. Now, Matt Ryan, 21 for 28 for 222 yards, 7.9 average, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, 1 sack. So he's throwing shorter routes. He's throwing less. So the line's able to run block more, which they like to do. Quentin Nelson loves to pull, scream, and destroy the entire bloodline of some defensive back. Jonathan Taylor, 22 carries for 147 yards. Matt Ryan ran for 38 yards. Like, I think Jeff Saturday, knows what he has, and also is a lineman, so he's not going to go out and do all this new fancy like T wishbone air attack bullshit. He's going to go out and going to use the run to set up the pass and maybe ground and pound because he has one of the best backs in the league in Jonathan Taylor. So he's going to cut the bullshit. He's going to get stuff done. And he also is a really intelligent guy. Even if he was only a high school coach, you got to be smart to be snapping the ball to Peyton Manning and realizing some of the calls he made. Peyton Manning would break the huddle, get to the line, and scream a whole college thesis and then go hike it. Like,
the Colts benching
and also Jeff Saturday. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, so the Colts, when they benched Matt Ryan and they spent all this money for Matt Ryan, like, I mean, it was pretty telling with that firing that, like, okay, like, what the fuck? Why would you bench Matt Ryan when you're spending all this money and you're not even using Jonathan Taylor properly as well? So thank God we got Jeff Saturday, high school football coach, being the Las Vegas Raiders. And yeah, go for it, Madison.
Well, I'm about to say, it's like Jeff Saturday is actually the only person that actually stood up to Peyton Manning before and is allowed to.
Yeah.
There's actually some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That takes balls. Yeah. That takes balls.
Yeah. But yeah, I do need to add a sponsor to this. I need to get the magnets into it. And, like, you can see the side is empty, so I need to add it. Anyway, I still think it's Josh McDaniels as a head coach, and he's not be a head coach anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, you got this elite squad. You got Josh Jacobs. You got Devontae Adams. You got
Hunter Renfrow. Derek
Carr. Who's Hunter Renfrow.
Waller. Darren Waller.
Josh Jacobs.
Max Crosby on defense. Plus also Chandler Jones. They just added him. Like, the Raiders, Derek Carr, 24 for 38, 248, and 2 touchdowns with 2 sacks. Josh Jacobs, 21 carries for 78 yards. Not great. But Devontae Adams, 9 receptions for 126 yards and 1 touchdown. But other than that, everyone else on the roster looks like, And Max Crosby, 10 total tackles, 4 of them solo, 1 sack.
This is definitely some dysfunction with the coaching.
It
has to be coaching. There's no way.
It is. Also, you know what? I just saw something. They're not firing McDaniels because of financial reasons.
What do you mean? How much are they paying him?
A lot. Not John Gruden numbers, but a lot.
this pickup, like, let's look at Chandler
Grammar.
Jones' stats for the year. They just picked up Chandler Jones from the Eagles, or not the Eagles, other birds, Cardinals. He's 32 years old, from Syracuse of all places. And then if you look at his stats for this season, he has in 9 games, he's had 19 total tackles, 12 of them solo, and he has had no forced fumbles and only half a sack.
Look at his past seasons.
Yeah, I'm looking at last year.
10.5 last year.
Yeah.
And he played 15 games last year. He's 6 games away from that, and he is 10 sacks behind. He only played 5 games, and he had 1 full sack. He had more sacks in one
he was
in
probably
2020.
injured in 2020.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Probably
He played 5 games and had 1 sack, and now he's played 9 games and has half of 1.
Yeah, I mean,
McDaniels is a sucky head coach. He's a decent offense. He's a good offense coordinator, but he cannot head coach for shit.
Yeah. Rough stuff for the Raiders. They need to do something and something fast because they are at the bottom of the AFC West at 2-7.
Even with Josh Jacobs actually still being decent, the only good pickup from the Gruden era and draft. Everybody else is gone from the Gruden era who they drafted.
Yeah, that's true.
Kind of had to get rid of everybody after what he did. Sadly,
Well, I'm gonna be like the Cowboys. I'm gonna be like the Cowboys and piss away the game.
Bro, fucking oh my god. What's his name?
Mike McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy not bringing out what was the kicker? I always fuck up his name.
Max Crosby.
Brent Maher.
Brent Maher. Yeah.
Brent Maher. Yeah, Maher. Not bring out Maher when they were on the 40 or something. It was within his range, and they went for a 4th down. That's so stupid. Like they could have. Why? Like they could have tied. They could have. No, they were up. Were they up? I'm trying to remember.
No, it was overtime.
No, it was overtime. Yeah, it was overtime. So yeah, they could have been. They could have been up 3, and Rodgers would have had the ball back. But now you give Rodgers the ball back on their 40. Like that. It's so stupid.
Yeah, Dallas Cowboys 28, Green Bay Packers 31 in Lambeau. Dak Prescott 27 for 46, 265, 5.8, 3 touchdowns, 2 receptions, 2 sacks. Aaron Rodgers 14 for 20, a lot lower in his attempts, 224, 11-yard average, 3 touchdowns, 2 sacks. Aaron Jones ran for 138 yards and 24 carries. AJ Dillon 65 yards and 13, a great rushing attack for the Green Bay Packers. Tony Pollard, who has taken over the head rushing position with Zeke's injury, 22 carries for 115 yards. The receiving was out? He was made to play this game. CeeDee Lamb, 11 receptions for 150 yards. Dalton Schultz, 54 receiving on 6 receptions. Christian Watson finally coming into his own for Green Bay, 107 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns and 4 receptions, while Sammy Watkins and Allen Lazard both had about 45 yards receiving selves. Again, this came down to overtime, extra minutes. Dallas Cowboys had the chance to kick a field goal well within the range of Maher, as Mamba alluded to, but they decided not to go for it in 4th down, and they did not get it. Turned the ball over to Green Bay. Green Bay marched on the field, kicked a field goal, walked off with the win.
That was the stupidest decision I've seen.
Mike McCarthy is going to get himself fired again.
I don't know. It depends if Jerry Jones loves him or not. It also depends.
That's true.
It depends if Sean Payton wants to coach at Dallas too. There was stuff like, oh, Sean Payton wants to coach at Dallas, and then Jerry Jones is gonna suck that dick for it. Jerry Jones will pay that money.
But Cowboys fell apart, not looking good for them either. Now they're behind New York in the race for the NFC East, just above Washington, who was actually pretty close at 5-5. Dallas at 6-3. And the NFC North, Minnesota leading the division 8-1. Green Bay right behind them at 4-6. Detroit 3-6. Chicago 3-7. Probably starting next week, we'll start reviewing the playoff picture every week as we're getting into the latter half of the season. Actually, we're within it now. Starting to look more at the playoff picture as it's coming up. But at the same time, teams got to make a push. Green Bay especially, because even though they are second in the division, they are behind pretty heavily. 8-1 to 4-6. So they got to start making some moves and win games, because that 5-game losing streak they went on was bad. B-A-D, bad.
Did you say winning streak or losing?
Or losing streak. Sorry, 5-game losing streak.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mike McCarthy. Yeah, but this was again bad calling by McCarthy. Just fucking terrible.
Green Bay fans can attest to the Mike McCarthy calls.
I mean, hey, maybe if Packers start turning it up, like this would be.
Now I'm seeing a lot of Dallas fans turning on Dak Prescott now. Like it's even like
why?
Skip Bayless.
This is
They're
not
like,
even his fault.
The Cowboys are stuck with Dak and his contract. Like, whoa, okay. Like I can see you saying you're stuck with Zeke because Zeke's getting older and running backs don't last as long.
You're stuck with Mike McCarthy, okay?
Yeah, you're stuck with Mike McCarthy. Also, as Dallas fans, they're gonna complain.
Fire Mike McCarthy, hire Sean Payton, trade away.
Not coming back.
Trade away.
Actually,
money talks. Trade away.
Yeah. Okay,
trade away Zeke for something, or restructure his contract to very little money because Tony Pollard should be option number 1. Zeke is a second back option. Good idea. Great idea. Zeke is a number 1. No, Tony Pollard should be taking the majority of it. He's younger. He can take that wear and tear. Zeke can't. Zeke cannot take that on his body anymore. Then go out and just continue to build on what you got. They have a good receiving core and they got a good defense. Just keep building on that and do a little bit better here and there, and they should be okay. But like Dallas,
I think their offensive line is actually better than I thought they were going to be.
Wait, how old is Christian Watson? Can you click on it?
He got drafted this year. He's out of North Dakota.
He's a rookie.
Like 19, 20, 23.
23.
Okay. He probably stayed a while in there. But
how old is Adam Lazar?
Lazard,
25?
Yeah, Lazard's not much older.
He got drafted a couple years ago, I thought.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking of picking up Christian Watson, actually.
26. Yeah,
I had him for a while because I drafted him originally thinking, oh, he'll pan out. He wasn't panning out, and I dropped him, and then he did this, and I'm like, oh, fuck. But, you know.
I mean, Watson, he's right now a number 2 option because who's the other guy that got hurt? Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah. Dobbs had looked really good. But
yeah,
it's Watson.
That thing is, Lazard's technically my wide receiver 1 or 2 because Mike Williams hurt. I have no receivers, but I have running backs. I have Dalvin Cook. I have Kenneth Walker. I have James Conner, but no right receivers. Opposite last year. God damn it! I have Deontay Johnson or Deontay Foreman.
I want to do this. I'm going to pick him up actually. I'll have him in the bench, but I'm gonna pick
Mamba's
him up.
only on this show to just get like, hey, this guy's kind of doing pretty good. Pick him up in fantasy, look like a genius.
I mean, you find value like out of these. Okay?
Not gonna lie, I did that with Ken.
Not Cam Akers though.
Yeah, I did that with Kenneth Walker III with this show.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Los Angeles Rams post Super Bowl woes continue, dropping to the Cardinals in South Candlestick, also known as SoFi Field. Arizona winning 27-17. Colt McCoy, the starter for the Cardinals until he got injured, and Trace McSorley eventually came in but didn't throw any passes, so it was just Colt. But McCoy passed 26 for 37, 238, 6.4 average, and 1 touchdown, and 2 sacks for 18 total losses. This is how old I am. I remember watching Colt McCoy get injured in the national championship game against Alabama, the first year that Saban started his reign of dynasty. I remember.
Yeah, Colt McCoy's been in the league forever.
Forever, yeah.
Yeah, yes.
It was a long time ago. That was in the 2010s.
He was, 2020. That's when he did his first playoff game with the Eagles.
Yeah. John Wolford, who was the Los Angeles Rams' main passer, 24 for 36, 212, 5.9 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 reception, 3 sacks. James Conner, the main rusher for Arizona, only getting 69 yards and 21 carries, while Cam Akers, an abysmal 22 yards and 6 carries. And Darrell Henderson Jr., 6 carries for 21 yards, a absolutely abysmal rushing attack for the Los Angeles Rams, only 66 yards in total. DeAndre Hopkins, the main receiver for Arizona, 98 yards and 10 receptions. Rondale Moore, 94 yards and 9 receptions. And that was really about it for them. The rest was 17 for James Conner, 12 for Zach Ertz, and 10 for A.J. Green. For the Los Angeles Rams, 73 yards for Tyler Higbee, 44 for Allen Robinson, and Cooper Kupp only had 1 reception for -1 yard because he is actually injured. His ankle is now being placed on IR and is likely to miss the majority or the entirety of the remainder of the season. So it looks like the Rams' hopes to getting back to the playoffs are slim to fucking nothing.
So Zach Ertz got hurt also.
Right. Zach Ertz did also get hurt as well, but the Cardinals do have a little bit more as far as other options to go to. The biggest issue, I think, with this for the Rams is They traded away all their draft picks to buy a Super Bowl, and they bought it, and now they are going to pay the price. And I will bet you the Rams will be one of the worst teams in football for the next 3 years.
SoFi is going to be pretty empty.
Yeah, if it isn't already. Well, until the San Francisco 49ers come to town and fill half the stadium.
I mean, James Conner could get you touchdowns.
Money? Who's making the ticket money at SoFi?
Okay. I actually saw this. It goes by the home team, but then it goes a part of it, certain percentage goes to the away teams also. Yeah,
Chargers gonna be like, what the fuck, Rams?
I can show you. I can find a video for you that actually had a temp there where they a division.
Wait, the away team owners make money off of SoFi?
I'll try to find a video again because I actually explain a little bit because it was in the 80s or 70s. A division tried to have the Tampa Bay Bucks go away from their division when the Carolina Panthers and Houston Texans were made. I'll try to find the video again.
Yeah, if you can find it, that'd be great. That's actually kind of
but no, away teams do make away teams do make some of the money because they are coming in and playing games. Like they will make some of the ticket money.
Yeah,
but yeah,
again, like, I'll find a video.
Cardinals beat the Rams. Now, moving on to Sunday Night Football, Chargers and 49ers. It was a hard-fought battle, but the 49ers come out victorious, winning at home 22-16 against Los Angeles. Justin Herbert, 21 for 35 for 196 and a 5.6 average, 1 touchdown, 1 reception, and 2 sacks. Jimmy Garoppolo, 19 for 28, 240 yards, and 8.6 average, no touchdowns, no interceptions, and 1 sack. The rushing game, a little interesting. Elijah Mitchell, their leading rusher with 89 yards. Christian McCaffrey, only 38. Brandon Ayuk had 84 receiving yards. Dwan Jennings had 40, and Christian McCaffrey had 39. Deebo Samuel finding his way into the score sheet here. Only 24 receiving yards and 27 rushing yards. So, an interesting performance from him. Still, they got the win. For Los Angeles' rushing, Austin Eckler only had 24, and Justin Herbert had 22, equaling 51 rushing yards in total. An abysmal performance in that category. Their receiving, John Corder had 64, Joshua Palmer had 44, and Austin Eckler had 39. I still think the Chargers kind of need more receiving options. But again, they are their main receiver, Keenan Allen.
Yeah,
and Mike Williams. And
Mike Williams as well, right. But the Chargers have been plagued with injuries, has really shut down their season, and might derail them. They are 5-4 in a division that has looked iffy, but also can be strong if all teams are playing at their best. 49ers look great, both sides of the ball. Their offense has so many weapons, they can't even get all their weapons the ball, and their defense has looked great. Bosa and Fred Warner are tearing it up.
Oh, now they are. I mean, at the beginning of the season, they're so fucking like all over the place.
Chargers is gonna kill Justin Herbert.
Probably. Yeah, they have to throw in Chase McDaniels in there.
I don't want to hear anybody talk about how Herbert's better than Burrow. It is clear this season that Burrow has been miles ahead of Herbert.
This year right now because of the injury to Herbert. Like, okay, would Burrow do as good with that rib injury?
Yeah, because Burrow's got that dog in him.
He got that dog. He got that dog.
Like, Justin Herbert's this pretty boy, West Coast, blah, blah, blah. Burrow's the gritty guy that's going to give you a 9-to-5 job, punch one of his own teeth out, and just like do what needs to be done.
Yeah, there's not much to do in Cincinnati.
I do have to ask. Nick Bosa did play, so Joey Bosa was the one that was out, right?
I think both were playing actually in this game. Or no, Joey was
out. Yes, Joey was out.
Joey was
okay.
out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, San Fran defense is still good. Chargers gonna kill Justin Herbert.
Chargers defense is not good too.
No, not at all.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, Brandon Staley, I don't know as a head coach.
Damn, I should have picked the 49ers in this game. Fuck.
That's what I thought too, because I thought Chargers would actually kind of I thought it was going to be a little better for Chargers.
I thought San Fran was a bit overrated because they're running with Garoppolo.
Mark my words. If the season goes south for Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the San Francisco 49ers are the next destination for Tom Brady.
You think?
Mark my words.
Their O-line is good.
Their O-line is good. Their O-line. No, Listen. You don't think the 49ers would trade Trey Lance for Tom Brady? And you don't think the Buccaneers would accept that?
Yeah, I mean, true, fair.
Because
That's true.
imagine Tom Brady comes back in, Jimmy Garoppolo's back in his job of backing up Tom
but
Brady.
how many years are you gonna get with Brady? You don't.
He had his best season last year. People keep saying Brady's what? He's not. Brady had his best season last year.
You think you're gonna get another 5 years with him?
When you have Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey, you can hand the ball to Trent Williams blocking for you, and the defense like that.
Okay. I guess if you're buying a win, yes, you want. If you're gonna be win first, yes, let's fucking win next year. Get him.
I bet you Tom Brady will go there and win at least one Super Bowl if he has to leave or if he decides to leave.
My thought process is going to be the cap space. Will they have enough cap space to get Tom Brady? And also because Trey Lance is on his rookie contract, which is not a lot. Like rookie contracts is a decent amount for a first round pick, but it's not how much Brady's probably going to want.
They could also get rid of Garoppolo. They could get rid of Garoppolo as well.
He's
been trying to.
Okay. Well, there's that. But
package the deal. Package the deal. You trade Garoppolo and Trey Lance. Garoppolo and Lance. You trade them to Tampa Bay, and Brady just walks and comes to San Francisco, and then you would trade them for like a really low pick, so that the Buccaneers just win. Right.
Okay, but the Brady is still under contract for at least 2 or 1 more year under the Bucs with this contract. He got an extension 2 years ago, which is at least 3 years.
You could trade for that. Then you could just do a Brady Garoppolo Lance swap.
But that's the thing, though. Will Tampa Bay take that? Will Tampa Bay take that cap space of the dead cap on Brady and take the cap space on Trey Lance and Garoppolo? Even though Garoppolo's contract,
if Brady says he wants out,
bro.
If Brady says he wants out, everybody on that team, oof. And then the Buccaneers are back to 0-16 every year.
Bro,
so you're gonna want
this motherfucker was gonna retire. It's like, psych, bring it back.
Yeah, I think he found out his wife. He found out his wife was cheating on him, and then decided to play football again. So,
wait, is that true?
Yes, his wife was cheating on him with an MMA, apparently. So,
what a oh my god.
Yeah.
Brady's got another 5 years in the tank.
Can you imagine Tom Brady being able to throw to like another key tight end? He's gonna have George Kittle. I know George Kittle isn't Rob Gronkowski, but it's pretty damn close.
No, he's still good. Like, and the offensive line, San Fran's offensive line is underrated. Like, I know Trent Williams is still like you're saying the greatest tackle.
Yeah,
but like still,
honestly, greatest lineman right now.
Yeah, but it's still underrated how people don't give credit to San Fran's offensive line. I just think my thought process is the cap. Does San Fran has a cap? Does Tampa Bay want to give up that cap for trading? Should I say dead cap?
Is there an NFL trade machine?
There is like are you saying for salary cap, or
NFL trade machine with cap manager? Okay.
There is like I know NHL has.
You know what? I feel like
at Team One. Okay. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and
we got $4 million in camps.
Who?
They only got $4 million in cap space.
I mean, that's
Jesus.
Kind of normal if you're going for like, and then they give 19.
Bro, they got no money. That's what. Hold on. Yeah, let's see this.
Garoppolo and Trey Lance. Try to look for Trey Lance.
I don't think they even pay for Garoppolo. Wait, what?
Go for picks. I think he's still on this rookie deal. No.
Right, he should be here.
Again.
There he is. Why you got no face?
So
it's probably
look at that huge contract right there, and then you grab.
That thing is though, that's below average for QBs for that 24 mil.
Yeah, but that 20, they're not gonna pay. He's gonna be a free agent next year.
Who? Yeah, Garoppolo will be, yes.
So why even put him in there in the trade deal? He's gonna be a free agent.
Where's Tom?
They probably don't have him because they thought he retired.
There he is.
There he is. All right, so what's his cap space?
So actually, that would be an insane amount.
Remove,
so if we
no, remove Garoppolo.
They would actually gain cap.
Fuck,
they would gain
you
cap.
can't.
So Tampa Bay would gain cap with just Trey Lance, but Garoppolo's
not
on
by
1 year deal.
much.
And then they would have to probably send like maybe a
third or
second or third to there,
because San Fran wants a first round pick out of Trey Lance because they picked him up in first round.
Right. And then I feel like you would probably try to trade Garoppolo.
Garoppolo would just go into free agency. There's no way. We're past the trade deadline.
Yeah, Pointers on.
What are you going to trade them with?
Put them over their cap space of $212 million. Pointers can only take back negative $17 million in salary base.
Are you able to just delete Garoppolo?
He did
because he's going to be but he's on the 49ers on the cap manager.
Yeah, but no. But that's the thing though. It's like he only did Trey Lance and Tom Brady. Trey Lance is going to hit that cap space because of his rookie deal as a first round pick. They have to sign a 4-year deal. That's NFL mandatory. A 4-year deal as a first round pick, and they have a certain cap.
Under Garoppolo, do the modified contract. Yeah, release player. Just click release player. So say he goes into free agency, right? Okay, he's a free agent. Now did the trade.
Okay, so that's about.
There's still $2 million in dead space.
Yeah.
So scroll up. You had Trey. Yeah, Trey. Scroll up. There you go. Trade him. Get.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
They're minus $1 million in cap space.
It's gonna
this is also next year, so they'll probably cut people as well.
I mean, there's probably some 1-year deals that drop off. That is true. Yeah.
But still, I don't think.
I guess you could do it.
But
you have Nate Sudfeld. You trade him as well. Boom, boom, done.
I married Nate Sudfeld. He was a backup. He was a third string for Eagles in 2017.
Let's be honest. Who's it? Brady is meant for Florida. Okay, he's a Florida man by heart. He's not a California man. He's a Florida.
No. He grew up in California.
He grew up in Stanford. He grew up in California.
Grew up a San Francisco fan. That's why I'm saying this.
He acts like a Florida man.
Maybe. We'll see.
Talking about the best game of the week. How about them Commanders?
Fuck you. God damn it. All right, hold on.
Drink away your sorrows.
Yeah.
You ain't going undefeated.
All right, I shall be heavy from TF2. Oh, it's his bad day.
And then he's just chugging away.
What happened here?
Chugging away.
Philadelphia
Eagles. What happened? How'd you lose to the Washington Commanders?
Can I say?
Yeah, go ahead.
The rush defense sucked ass. Look at how many rushes they did and how many yards they gave up. Jordan Davis is injured for at least 4 weeks, maybe more. The secondary decided to give space to Curtis Samuel and scary Terry McLaurin. I don't know why. You have Darius Slay. You have CJ Gardner-Johnson. Or did Gardner-Johnson get hurt? Was he hurt? I know Vontae Maddox was hurt, and they had to put someone else in. Let's go with Jalen Hurts' interception was bad, but Quez Watkins with that fumble. Trade him now. Come on, Howie. You know how to. Oh no, it's past trade deadline, but you know how to trade him next year. Get rid of Quez Watkins. Gannon, as a defensive coordinator, does not know how to be aggressive. You have Fletcher Cox. It's Jason Hargrave. You have Smith, Robert
Juan Smith.
Quinn. Roquan Smith. God damn it. Should be Robert Quinn. Robert Quinn. Even though he's 32, he can still go after. Why are you not blitzing? I do have to give credit to Washington for having that many rushes to go against the Eagles' bad rushing defense right now. I'm giving credit to Rod Rivera. That is my say.
As Maston alluded to, Philadelphia Eagles' perfect season comes to a close. They're now 8-1, losing at home 21-32 against the Washington Commanders. Taylor Hennessy, 17 for 29, 211
Heineke.
yards.
It's
I
Heineke.
know it's Hennessy after that
It's
win.
funny. It's definitely Hennessy.
No touchdowns and 1 interception, and flopping on a late play to draw a late hit penalty, taking 3 sacks. One of those being that.
Oh yeah, that fucking flop was so fucking smart.
Taylor Hennessy put himself down, and the refs called him down, but then he got run into by Fletcher Cox.
Brandon Graham. It was Brandon Graham.
Yes, but then they called the flag there. Jalen Hurts, 17 for... Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Because he kind of went for the head or neck area, just how it was weird. Even though he tried to held up.
That's all that was above ground. Taylor Heineke was just sitting like this with his head like right in front,
sitting with his knee down.
I think it's more Brandon Graham. Like, it's kind of rough for Brandon Graham. Like, what can he do? Would he get himself injured?
300 pounds of man that quickly.
I'm not going to say penalties. Penalties did not affect the Eagles. The Eagles destroyed themselves.
Well, actually, here's more of a question.
No, the penalties fucked you over because Dallas Goedert got his fucking head ripped off after a catch in the middle of the game. And there was a ref standing looking at the whole thing. Blind as a fucking bat. Just ripped his helmet right off. And
also, I think he's hurt now. That was he's before, out for 4 weeks, I think.
Yeah, but that was for at least 4 weeks with the shoulder injury, I think it was. But that was before the Quez Watkins fumble. That 50-yarder to like that 50. That I'm not saying penalties. Penalties do not fuck over Eagles. You know why? Because they called bad penalties on Washington also. I have to say that.
So
I am not going to blame the refs. You know the refs suck. I'm not blaming the refs on this game. This was the Eagles hurting themselves.
Oh, where you know the ref sucks. Just look at the Bears' past 2 weeks of games.
Yeah.
But we're tanking, we're good. Okay, here's a question, I guess you could say. When Carson Wentz does come back, do you start him over Taylor Hennessy?
They're saying with Heineke right now. They're staying with Heineke right now.
They're staying. Okay, good.
You don't start fucking like the discount red rifle for Taylor Hennessy. No way.
Like, I will admit, I thought Carson Wentz was going to be good on the Colts last year, but he fucked up. I'm saying no.
He forces too much, and he panics, and he shits his pants every time the pocket starts to collapse. No, Taylor Heineke is
injuries. Don't forget the injuries.
Yeah, fucking swinging his hand, and his pinky's just woo, just flying all around.
ACL. Back injury.
Yeah, I don't know why they picked up Carson. They should have gone with Hennessy the entire time. He's just a good quarterback.
Jalen Hurts, 17 for 26, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 1 sack. The rushing game was abysmal for the Eagles. Miles Sanders, 54 yards. Jalen Hurts, 28, only 94 in total. Well, the Washington rushing attack was insane. Brian Robinson Jr., 26 carries, 86 yards, 152 rushing for the team in total. Antonio Gibson, 14 carries, 44 yards, and Heineke even ran for 10 himself. Terry McLaurin, 128 yards of catching with 8 receptions, and Quez Watkins was the leader for Philadelphia with only 80 yards of receiving, while A.J. Brown, 1 reception, 7 yards, 4 targets. Bad day for A.J., but maybe a good day for the Washington defense to really shut him down. A lot of teams haven't been able to do that thus far. So, again, the rushing game killed Philadelphia. Down goes their season.
Okay. Before I forget, look at time of possession if you can. Look at time of possession for Eagles and Washington. If there's a way to look
where
at
is that? Check
either recap, go to recap or like team stats. Because I saw something. If you look, well, go back, go to recap. Oh no! Go down. No. Not Gamecast. Go down. 40 minutes.
Holy shit!
You know how you're being the Eagles? By holding on to the ball. If you can't stop their offense, then be better on offense.
Something makes me say the defensive coordinator for the Eagles this game was probably the cast of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Because this felt like a Danny DeVito demise at this point.
Yes, he did not.
Listen, D, I'm not going to call any blitzes. We're going to put 7 people back and just go with it, okay? Fine.
And
where's the rum ham? Where's the
rum ham? Okay, also the turnovers. The Eagles doubled their season turnovers in this game. They had 3 turnovers the whole season. They had 4.
They had a lot of fumbles. I mean, what?
Yes.
Well, one of them was a face mask, which they missed.
Yes, but thing is though, you can't review a penalty you can't review.
So stupid.
Well, yeah,
I understand why it's like that, but like, dude,
yeah, but
they fucking missed that.
I am not saying the refs. I'm saying the Eagles lost it themselves. If they lose to the Colts, then I'm worried, which we'll go into later.
Yep.
And I got the notepad up, so
I
can help with that.
That wraps up our Week 10 coverage. Now going into Week 11, as you can see, thanks to Muzzy again, we now have our little icons that are up. Mamba is still leading right now, 82 to 34. He went 7-8 on Week 10. I'm in second, 78 and 34. I went 14-5, best record for Week 10. Macedon is 72 and 35, and went 10-6 for Week 10. Getting him the first game tomorrow, or Thursday, if you guys are probably watching this on a Thursday. So tonight, Titans Packers on Sunday or Thursday night football, in Lambeau. It's gonna be cold. Night game in Lambeau is cold. I don't know. This is kind of a toss up. Titans look like shit except for Derrick Henry, because they're also going back to Ryan Tannehill, and the Packers defense is built to stop the pass, and Derrick Henry eats pass coverage DBs for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a midnight snack. So I'm actually going to take the Packers because I don't think the Titans defense is going to do shit against the Packers offense. Even though the Packers offense is not that great, I think they're going to be good enough to beat the Titans defense. And I think Ryan Tannehill is going to fuck up as he does every game. And one pick to, any of the secondary in the Packers defense is going to be turned into maybe a pick 6. They're very talented in that regard.
By how much?
7. I'll just go solid 7. Solid 7 for the Packers over the Titans.
You know what? Derrick Henry, he's going to Pound Town, baby. All right, give me Titans by 7.
I had to go Titans by 3. I know they like to give up points in the fourth quarter, but I think Derrick Henry will run over that Packers defense. Yeah. I do not trust the Packers that much. That win against Cowboys was on Mike McCarthy, not on the Packers doing good.
Next up, Bears-Falcons. I can guess where Mom was going with this, and I think I will follow that as well because I don't think the Falcons defense can stop Justin Fields running all over him. It'll be a close game, but I'll take the Bears by 3.
I would have to agree with you. Justin Fields, we trust, and Bears by 3.
All right. I'm gonna be stupid. I'm gonna roll a die again.
Just go with the Bears. Just go with the Bears. Come on.
All right. I had 1-3 for Falcons. I rolled a 3. Falcons by 3. I'm like, it's a tough one for me. This is tank division against a tank team. So Falcons by 3 have to be kind of.
Are the Falcons tanking?
They should be. They should be.
It's tank division, just like the AFC South.
Wow.
Browns, Bills, next one up. Bills are mad after that loss. God help the Browns are still without the massage therapist. So they're
he's back. He's practicing again.
He's practicing. He's been practicing. He's been practicing for a while with that. I'll take the Bills by 17.
Let me go Bills by 14.
I'm saying Bills by 10. I think the Nick Chubb could get some touchdowns, and the running offense for the Bills is not that good. So Bills by 10.
Right. Next up, Eagles-Colts. Jeff Saturday's big challenge, going from a team that's at the bottom of the division to a team that's at the top, going in and playing the Eagles at home, though. Eagles are definitely mad for that loss, though, even though they had a short week after that Monday night game. So they'll be going up against the Colts. Oh, boy. There's an inner voice in me right now that's just saying, take Jeff Saturday in this game. But I think the inner voice...
you take the high school coach.
Yeah. I don't think he'll win this game. I think Jeff Saturday will prove to be actually a decent coach, but I don't think he's going to win against the Eagles. I think the Eagles will win this game by 14. It's also rush game. Rush game, though. Who's going to be better running the ball than the Colts?
Yeah, I mean, I think still the Eagles defense could get it done for them Eagles. I know Eagles defense has been great, but I mean they're playing against a fucking high school football coach, so
They've been
I'm going.
decent until the past 2 weeks.
I'm gonna go Eagles by. Let's go 14. Let's go 14 again.
Also,
I'm saying I go ahead.
I just want to bring something up, Mom. But your image, your comic up there, is that water that you have? Because it looks like a bottle
it's
of
water.
It looks like a bottle of Clorox.
It's water.
No, that's water.
As a Bear fan, he just wants to drink bleach.
I mean, I would probably do that. Not gonna lie.
I'm gonna hate myself, but I'm saying Eagles by 3. They're gonna give up rushing yards and rushing touchdowns to Jonathan Taylor. But I think Eagles offense is better. AJ Brown can get open. Eagles by 3. I hate myself for saying it, but Eagles by 3.
Next up, Jets Patriots. I don't think I can bet against Bill Belichick against the Jets. Even though the Jets are looking good this year, I think Bill Belichick has their number and he's going to find a way to win. I'll take Patriots by 7.
I have to agree with you, but I'm gonna go Patriots by 3.
It's by 7. Patriots by 3. I had to remember what was the coin flip, but I did roll a die. I'm saying Jets by 3. The coin flip is perfect 9-0 this season for the Jets.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And I did roll a die, and I picked the Jets for 4 up. I rolled a 6. So Jets by 3.
And next up, Rams Saints in New Orleans. I'm gonna take the Saints. The Rams have looked bad, and they might still be without Matthew Stafford. I think they had a news part on this, but I mean, regardless, I think the Saints are gonna do well. They're gonna bounce back from that bad game they had. I'll take the Saints by 14.
I'm gonna go. Wait, first thing first. Tickets as low as $29 and Caesars Superdome. We're going Saints.
Look down a little bit and look at the toss of tickets in Houston.
Oh my god,
$18.
Well, it's because the World Series parade. I don't know when was the parade, but it's the World Series. That's why.
Gotcha.
But you're saying Saints?
Saints by 7. Yeah.
Not rolling die for this one. Saints by 3. It's gonna be an ugly game. It's gonna be Saints by 3.
Next up, we got the Lions and Giants. I think the Giants will come away with this one. I think the ground attack's gonna be too much for the Lions, and the Lions' offense has still not looked amazing quite yet. They still have some injury issues, but I think the Giants will win this game. I think they'll win the game by 10.
I would have to agree with you. Saquon Barkley is going to expose that Lions defense. So I'm going to go Giants by 7.
I'm saying Giants, but I think by 3. It's going to be a last-minute touchdown for the Giants. Dabble knows how to keep them in game. I'm saying Giants by 3.
Yeah.
Next up, Panthers going into Baltimore to play the Ravens. Even though Baker Mayfield's playing, oh,
he's back. He's actually playing.
Yeah, he is playing. They're playing against an AFC North team. That's a smart decision, but I think the Ravens are still going to win this by 17. Panthers look like not great. Not great.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to agree with you there. So I'm going to go Ravens by 7 again.
Ravens by 10. Even if they give up second half points, Ravens by 10. It's Panthers is not that good.
Next
up, the line for this is only 3.
Yeah, Washington plays slow football though. They run the ball a lot, as we saw.
Yeah.
As we saw on Monday, they play slow football. So I don't think it's going to be an insane win, but I will take the Commanders. I'll take the Commanders over the Texans by 10.
You know, copy paste that. Give me Commanders by 10 as well.
I'm saying commies versus the Tanksons. Commies win. Yeah, commies win by 7. Heineke is better than Wentz, so commies win.
Please give Texas a good football team. God damn it.
Well, blame Bill O'Brien. That's all you have to say. Bill O'Brien and Josh Easterby.
Hank Bullen coming. Raiders Broncos. The Broncos
want
offense
Drake
looks
again.
the Broncos off. Here's the thing: the Broncos defense looks great, but the Broncos offense looks awful. The Raiders offense looks okay. Their defense is shit. I I just think even with the Broncos' good offense, you're not gonna be able to stop the mixed attack of Jacobs and Adams. So I'll take the Raiders by 7.
I'm not going with you on this one. For
Ooh.
just because Josh McDaniels and the Raiders, with all this weapons they have been doing complete dog shit. So I'm going Broncos by 3.
I have to go Raiders with this one. Even with Josh McDaniels,
Ooh.
Hackett is more of a hack than Josh McDaniels. So Raiders by 3.
Wow.
And,
I mean, Raiders 2-7. Come on.
Next up,
but
Cowboys.
their wins was against AFC West teams.
Fair.
They beat the Broncos earlier.
Next up is the Cowboys and Vikings. In Minneapolis, I'm taking the Vikings after that amazing performance they have. I don't think they're going to drop one to the Cowboys. I think it'll still be kind of close, but I'll take the Vikings by 13.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy's going to probably do some dumb shit again. So give me the Vikings by 3. Let's go 3.
I'm saying Vikings by 7 just because of last minute touchdown, but I'm surprised Lob went 13. I'm not thinking it's going to be that much. I think it's going to be
a touchdown and two kicks. So I mean,
yeah, but still,
yeah.
I think the Cowboys has talent. That's the thing, though. That's my thought.
Next up, Bengals and Steelers. This was the game that was going to be a Sunday Night Football game, but got flexed because the Steelers this season hasn't been doing amazing. Yeah, the Bengals are really reeling from that Week 1 loss against the Steelers, so I'll say Bengals by 35. Fuck the Steelers. Fuck the Steelers.
I'm going to go Bengals by 21.
Ooh. I'm saying Bengals by 7. TJ Watt's back after a week. He came back a week after he came back. He's probably going to pressure. It's Bengals by 7.
We'll just have Lyle Collins rip his arm off again.
I mean, I don't think the Steelers are going to beat the Bengals.
He'll do a swim move and Lyle will just go, just like detach his arm from his body.
I'm not saying that the Steelers are winning, but I'm saying Bengals are winning, but not that high.
Yeah,
it's going to be an AFC North matchup where basically it's going to be low scoring.
Chiefs Chargers. That's the game that got flexed to Sunday Night Football. I don't know why they did. I honestly think the Bengals Steelers will be closer than this because I think Chargers,
Cowboys Vikings should have been a fucking
Friday
night game.
Chiefs,
well,
Chargers.
It's Tony Romo's gonna be calling the Cowboys Vikings. That's why.
Oh, of course he is.
Yep.
Chiefs Chargers. Chargers defense doesn't look good, and their offense is struggling through injuries. I'm going to take the Chiefs by 14.
Give me the Chiefs by 27.
Chiefs by 20. I think the offense is clicking more, and Herbert's gonna get killed by fucking Brandon Staley.
Buys for this week are Dolphins, Seahawks, Buccaneers, Jags for week 11. And the final game Monday in Mexico City, 49ers, Cardinals.
Wait, what? It's in Mexico?
Yep.
They done this. They done this.
It is
it's around this time. Yeah, it's around Thanksgiving.
So the new Call of Duty Warzone and DMZ mode just dropped. So Cardinals are going to look like ass. Also, Murray's injured, whatever that means. So call his babysitter because the little toddler needs his binky. I'm going to say 49ers by 21. I fucking hate watching the Cardinals so much. They're so dysfunctional. Like, you can't be a quarterback in the NFL and be pulling this shit and be a coach and stand for your quarterback doing this dumb shit.
Yeah. Give me 49ers by 24.
By that much. All right, first off, fuck COD. Squad is better. That's all I have to say. If you want to know what Squad is, it's indie It's an indie. Mama knows Squad.
I know Squad.
It's an indie game. Yeah. Guess what? Star Wars mod is so much better. Also, my brother goes, "This is what actual army is back in the Middle East was squad, not COD. All right, so I'm saying 49ers by 7. It's going to be low scoring. 49ers don't score much points, but their defense can hold. So 49ers by 7 for me.
We got Dolphins, Seahawks, Buccaneers, and the Jaguars on the bye week.
So if you want the question of Muzzy asked, you want to answer that too?
Yep, we had a question that was asked to us that we're going to go ahead and cover. What do each of our teams, so Bears for Mamba, Bengals for me, and Philadelphia Eagles for Mastodon, need to what was the exact wording of the question? I want to make sure I misworded it. Sorry.
Actually, what would you say your favorite team strength and weaknesses are, and what do you think your team should do to fix or build upon for the remainder of the season and next year?
You want to pull up the Cap Space website?
Cap Space
I guess
website?
it's for Mamba.
Yeah, because we could then look at the Cap Space while we're answering these.
For next year, yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to go first, Mamba, since you're
yeah, pull up the Bears Cap Space. I can't remember if it was 100 mil or 120 mil. Oh no, the other one. This looks like dog shit. What the fuck?
This has
the one we did for the 49ers and
that was the trade machine. That was the trade machine.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
All right, hold on.
The trade machine.
Oh.
Who the fuck's gonna read that bullshit? Someone who did basic HTML fucking probably did that.
I love Mamba being
even my grandma could probably do that.
For me as electrical engineer, for me as electrical engineer, it's like, you know what, that's fine.
So what was the first part of the question?
What would you say your favorite team's strength and weaknesses are?
Okay,
Chicago Bears strength. Well, they're good at they're kind they
their running game. No. Their running game. Their running game is good. Come on.
Their scrambling game's good.
Oh,
all right. Khalil Herbert when he's healthy and David Montgomery. Yeah, so that cast.
Wait. Click on season on the top right. Does this show forward? Top right. Fuck. Okay,
that's why the other one was better. Yeah.
Okay, use the other one. Fuck it. Oh my god.
Damn it, Mamba.
I'm sorry.
Stop getting your software.
Right, we'll start with strength. I said strength-wise with the Bears, Justin Fields, the quarterback position, I think it's pretty much shored up is going to be him right in the future for the Bears. Our run game's pretty decent with Khalil Herbert and Montgomery, so I don't think anything really needs to be changed there. Our weaknesses are a lot of things. Our line sucks ass. Our wide receivers are not great. And our defense, since we've gotten rid of Roquan Smith and Robert Quinn, it's been pretty ass on the defensive side.
So you have an estimated $7 million in cap space, it says here.
That's not correct. There's no way.
That's not correct.
Wait, click the year. There's the year left side.
Because they have decent amount of cap space for next year, I thought.
There we go. That's what I'm looking for. That 116 million. All right, what was the second part of the question?
What do you think your team should do to fix or build upon for the remainder of the season and next year?
Bro, there's nothing to fix. I mean, yeah.
Nothing to fix?
No. What I meant is there's nothing to be like the team needs to do for the remainder of the season because they're going to just tank. They're just tanking. Like, don't fix shit, just tank.
Yeah.
The only thing you could do is just keep on developing Justin Fields and get him more experience. And then the third question was what they should do next year, right?
Yeah, he kind of put it as the same for the second and third question.
So the Bears have, if I recall, 8 or 9 picks coming up. So what they should be really doing, and a lot of cap space, what they should really be doing is upgrading the line for sure. Justin Fields just needs time in the pocket, so upgrade the line. Get better wide receivers either through the draft or going out in free agency and signing someone for big money.
Claypool.
How long is this contract?
Claypool's.
It's probably show here.
No, it's up there.
Scroll up.
Maple.
Is it just 1 year? Yeah, I mean, if they get him for 1.5 mil again, I would resign him.
Low cap space.
Where does it say year?
Probably click on his name.
Yeah, you can click on his name. No?
Clicked
I
on
guess
it.
it doesn't
It's
show anything.
loading.
What? Lob Wi-Fi.
Lob Wi-Fi. But yeah. So
I think it's not a
upgrade the
big cap
line.
space for Maple.
It's fine. I mean, even if you re-sign him for cheap. But yeah, definitely sure up the wide receiver spots, sure up the line, and then defense. I would actually probably go young and pick up people from the draft, because you don't want to spend. I don't think the Bears should be spending money on the defensive side of the ball. They should be spending money on the offense.
You could probably get one or two. You could probably get one or two people in free agency for
maybe
defense.
get some key players. Nothing like not like
Hassan Reddick or
yeah.
I
think spend your money on the line. I wouldn't even go for picks on the line. Just get some experience. Just get some experienced players on the line, because I mean they just need experience. Like there isn't a whole lot of old. I mean maybe, but
would you be expecting for a playoff push or a Super Bowl next year for the Bears?
Playoff push.
So
yeah,
probably get one or two free agents online and then draft line. That'd probably be best.
Yeah, I mean you can't really say Super Bowl push because they're fucking dog shit this year. So what, you're gonna do a full 180? There's no way, unless you pull the Eagles. But actually, Eagles last year was okay.
Well, they went 9-8, but you're thinking of 2020 Eagles or probably 2016, even though they went like 7-9.
I mean, I know they went. Yeah. I think they need to spend money on the line and probably sign an elite wide receiver in free agency. Get someone there, put Darnell Mooney as wide receiver 2, even maybe wide receiver 3, and just get another, like, 2 weapons. You never know.
So I guess that's for the Bears.
How about the Bengals?
The Bengals, strengths and
weaknesses, I think 2023 year.
All right.
You don't got your cap space. Correct. Let's see what you even have for cap space.
It's actually
not
decent.
a lot, but not. Yeah, it's not.
That's not bad.
That's not
but
bad.
Who they gotta
the thing
pay?
is, I'll get into that. But I think the strengths for the Bengals are a well-rounded on both sides of the ball, especially our offensive options. We have a really deep receiving room. Obviously, right now it's a little bit hurt because Jamar Chase is out, but I like Hayden Hurst. He's been performing well. Obviously, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins have looked great. Jamar Chase is amazing. Joe Mixon's been doing good, and Joe Burrow's looked great. And our defense can show up at times. Sometimes it doesn't, but a lot of times it does. Logan Wilson is one of the better linebackers in the league. He looks great. Von Bell and Jesse Bates look good. Not to mention we got Dax Hill from Michigan, who's probably going to turn out well. We'll see. Our cornerbacks could use some work, but then our D-line looks pretty good. We just need Sam Hubbard to produce more along the lines of Trey Hendrickson's level. But I think when it comes to the weaknesses that we have, it's our O-line. I think it's honestly the coaching of the O-line, because the guys are good individually. They just need to communicate better, and I think that comes down to their O-line coaching. I think we got to deal with that. And sometimes our play calling is a little weird. Sometimes we're not really running the best plays. Our plays are a little sporadic and repetitive. So I think that's the two of the things that I think aren't issues for us. I think what we need to work on the offseason is we need to re-sign people. If Jesse Bates is going to demand more than $12 million, which we're giving him, no, we'll take Daxam Hill. We'll go with that. You're not worth that much. I'm sorry. You're good, but like no safety in the league is worth $12 million with what Jesse Bates is doing and his inability to tackle. Then obviously we got to sign Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. 2 big contracts that are going to be coming up. That's going to take away from that cap space of $45 million. So we're going to need to work on that. And then I think really we need a second pass rushing option. I love Sam Hubbard. He's got to develop. He's got to get better. He's got to do better. We need him to be a more active pass rush option. Because right now you can throw 2 guys at Trey Henderson and we don't get pressure. So that's going to change.
What picks do you have? for next year? Do you know?
I think he gets the picks, but I
You
think
just-
it'll be at least like a 15th or 14th pick. Not 14th, 18th pick if you make it to playoffs for Bengals.
I really hope because we need to re-sign Von Bell. I don't want to re-sign Eli Apple. I want to re-sign Hayden Hurts. Trey Flowers been okay. Kevin Huber will probably retire. I love Samaje Perine. Would love to sign him. Brandon Allen's a backup. Drew Sample was really just a blocking tight end. We could re-sign him, but for low. I'd love to re-sign Jermaine Pratt. I think that's what we really need to go for. Yeah, and then Wilcox has been pretty good as well, but I don't know. So we'll see.
So that's next season. What about this season?
That's our upcoming free agents. That's our upcoming free agents.
Yeah.
And then if you look at
that was next season. But for any fixes this season, I think you said just mainly the offensive
2024, that's when Trey Hendrickson, DJ Reader, Joe Mixon, Tyler Boyd, Joe Burrow, Chidobe Awuzie, Jonah Williams, Logan Wilson.
Yeah.
Mixon's
going to want a lot of money. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, but that's 2024. But I mean, for this season, I think you said something about your offensive line coach needs to fix the offensive line right now. This season. 2022, the current season.
Yeah, they need to fix their O-line. Their O-line coach has to be changed.
I guess I was thinking something else.
I forget. With NFL, you can't go over the cap space, right? There's no luxury tax.
It's weird with that. If you go over, it's not like baseball where there's no salary cap, but it's luxury tax.
I mean, the Rams did something crazy.
Oh.
What? The Eagles, the cap space?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they have a decent amount of cap space.
Jesus Christ. Do 2023 though.
That one's going to be tough. So that's 2022. If you want to go 2023. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You know why? Because Carson Wentz dead cap ended this year, I think. Remember,
Lane
that
Johnson.
was a lot of our money.
Lane Johnson's making money. Lane Johnson.
Yeah, because he's one of the best right tackles ever. Okay. Breaks. Ever. One of the best right tackles right now.
Right, yes, of course. Of course, right now, yes. Of all time,
a lot of money. Not gonna lie.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, he's making a lot of money. Okay. Strengths. It's right now the receivers. Devontae Smith is still good. AJ Brown can still get open. When Dallas Goedert comes back healthy, a really good tight end. The offensive coordinator could get some good rushes in. Jalen Hurts could still rush. That's the strengths. And also, basically, the secondary was basically some of the strengths. Darius Slay, CJ Gardner-Johnson was good. Come on, they held a lot of people before. Held Minnesota, held some Dallas. That game, they held them. The cornerbacks and secondary. Weaknesses. Before 2 weeks ago, before last week, I would say special teams sucked fucking ass. I mean, they fucking suck. Punt return coverage sucks. Punt return sucks. Kickoff return coverage sucks. The only thing good is Jake Elliott actually making kicks when he's healthy. That's all.
It's probably just coaching, if I'm honest.
No, we have no returners. Like, they put Devontae Smith as a returner.
Yeah,
for
but
punts.
this league doesn't like returning doesn't matter anymore in this league.
As I said, this was last week or 2 weeks ago. Right now, Jordan Davis is out. Rushing defense sucks ass. Damian Pierce destroyed them. The Washington Commanders fucking destroyed the Eagles' rush defense. You see what happened? They lost. Gannon, as a defensive coordinator, is not aggressive enough onto teams he needs to be aggressive on. What I think they should fix, the problem is right now for Eagles is injuries to the defensive line. Derek Barnett's hurt. Jordan Davis is now hurt. They picked up Smith or Robert Quinn for helping with defensive end. That's some of the defense. I think Gardner-Johnson actually did get hurt. I don't know if he came back. There were some injuries. Dallas Goedert is now hurt. That's some of the stuff they need to be. That I don't know if that would say fix once people come back. Derek Barnett's out for the year, but Jordan Davis is 4 weeks. Dallas Goedert's at least 4 weeks. Remainder of the season, Gannon needs to have better better defensive plans. God damn it. Fuck. Oh, God damn it. Need to fucking blitz. Next year, they have the cap space to sign people. I don't know who they can sign. Chase and Kelsey might retire. So there goes our center. So we have to rely on our rookie center who we drafted this year. I'm trying. Yeah, you're looking at the free agents. So Fletcher Cox gonna be free agent. Robert Quinn. It's just basically a rental. Brandon Graham. Bradbury. He's mainly for wide receiver 3.
Sander, CJ Gardner-Johnson.
I think we could pick up. I think they could pick
Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew. He could be a back. Like if Gardner Minshew is gone, I would love to have him for the memes, but like I kind of would love to have him as a backup. But
Minshew's making some good cash for just sitting on the bench.
Because he's still young. Miles Sanders, I think they could pick up a running back in the draft. I mean, there's running backs that get picked up in the draft no matter what.
Yeah.
Who's that?
I mean, how high of a pick will you have? Blake Corum's probably going to be coming out of.
You're not going to have a high pick.
They have.
Oh, wait, no, you do. Yeah,
Saints. With the Saints.
Oh, I don't think Blake. Okay, from Michigan. I might be biased. But Blake Corum looks like the best running back in college football right now, and is probably not going to win the Heisman, so that means he's not going to go number 1. And of all the teams that are tanking, a lot of them have good running backs. Texans, Titans, Colts.
So second-round pick? So pick him up in second-round pick?
Not a second-round pick. He's going to be a first-rounder.
So the Eagles first round in the late rounds then. Because the 5th round, they're going to pick up somebody else. Probably like an offensive line.
No, but I think the Saints to stop taking, all right?
I think Blake Corum will go in the first round, but I don't think he'll go in the top 5. He'll probably be top 10.
Fuck, I forgot Andre Dillard is a free agent this year, and they picked him up in 2018. That's supposed to take place of Jason Peters in left tackle, but he's been injured. So Malu's a free agent. So basically the O-line, so besides Lane Johnson and someone else, it's going to be a free agent. And Jason Kelsey is probably going to retire. So Malu's going to maybe stay or probably go somewhere else. I don't know. They're going to sign him again. So, yeah, like the O-line probably needs fixing again next year. And I don't know how Howie Roseman's going to pick that. And, Bradbury, free agent, but I mean, they could get him cheap still. I mean, he's basically a third-string cornerback. Darius Slay is still under contract. I don't know. Like, next year is going to be weird to see what happens this year.
Yeah, there's a lot to still happen in the season. But with that is our Week 10 and 11 wrap-up for the Football Stooges. Thank you all for joining us, whether it be through podcast or on YouTube. Please leave a like and comment some questions that you have for us. We'll be happy to answer them at the end of every episode, as long as we don't get too many. But at this point, it seems to be only one. So for myself, for Mamba, and for Mastodon, have a good day and a good weekend watching some football and run the damn ball. Have a good night.
See you.
8 beers gone.